All right, hello, welcome to Division 8 Finals. This is between Vive Freaks and Lime Nation, or just LN. I'm here with Sparkster for match 1, and Vinny will join match 2 in 3.
Hello.
Do we want to go quickly over the lineups as they are starting the room?
Yeah.
So for VF, we have Ari, Evan, Dakota, Jamo, and Spade as their bagger. I'm most interested to see what Evan and Dakota will do in this match, as I think they will probably be their main front presence. And I'm interested to see what Spade will do as the bagger.
And yeah, moving to Lime Nation, they're using a lineup of Fricks, Maddie, Sneaky, Rambo, and Eric bagging, and definitely going to be the biggest blow here. Just looking at this lineup is No Dunks, who is definitely their highest scorer by a good margin on this team. So we will have to see how this team handles without Dunks. But I do believe that all these players are obviously capable and they have great chemistry together as they have been playing for a few seasons. So
They did miss dunks in semifinals as well, but they did actually end up winning against U-Turn 2-1. And actually in VF's record versus Ellen, VF does have the upper edge, going back to even season, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, where they won in Division 10 semifinals over them. But both these teams have great potential.
yeah, it's could definitely go 50-50 here as long as shot count isn't just completely swayed for one team. This could go either way.
As we see, we're starting off on Sherbetland here, and Jamo is currently in 1, backing a fib onto Ellen. Evan's shimming up on the right.
Yeah, so early top two for VF here, and these Shrivel Ninjas are gonna be really good for Jamo. Maybe could hit some backs on the cave turn here, but just opting to back the Nair is kind of randomly here, and does pull the Shroom second, so it could get a good or a small break into top two here, but is going to opt to hold it for now. So if you're LN, they will just have to start potentially chaining for blue unless they do pull Goldens here.
As we see, Eric's also in 10th for Ellen. Their bagger is on Daisy, which is Spade, and then Eric's on Funky. And Maddie's going to try to get up into second, but Jamo does have the red, so he will have to concede here. And I think what Ari and Jamo are going to do here is just try to slag them and try to get Evan a bit of a breakaway here.
Yeah, that'll definitely be the play with an insanely close pack so far. Unfortunate bump by a bagger, but it is not into a wall, so just an unfortunate bump with no
As
pen, but
Maddie's going to get into second here, and
oh
Ari's
my
hitting the wall
god.
with triple greens. He does get the red
Yeah.
off, though. And I think an Elven shock's going to come out here. Actually, it was a VF shot coming out
No,
for
yeah.
Dakota dodging.
Yeah,
And
so
they're
it's
going to
just
get
gonna
into top
be
2.
top two, yeah. Top two, 4, 6 currently for VF, and there is, as we see from the mini map, LN is so gone in bottom two that they could is just potentially they're already just out of the race. So could be a pretty massive race here for
Yeah,
VF as long as they keep these spots.
yeah, and it's going to be up to Maddie and Fricks to really break into the top 2 here. Jamo with the POW, though, so he does have one of the big power items that you can't get in the bottom spots. As Ari's trying to red out Maddie, and he will take him out, and it's going to be a top 4 for VF right now. Allen is praying for a late shock here, but it doesn't look like any of the baggers have it yet. One of them is shimming up. Fricks is shimming up into, looks like third here, but that's going to be about all
Even
they can do.
second,
Second? Okay.
yeah.
And
Oh, but
actually, a lot of Ellen's streaming up at the end, and it's going to be 6-7 for VF, so it's not as good of a race as it could have been. So it looks like it's a 1-3, and there's 6-7 there.
yeah, definitely a very big salvage there, coming from Ella and yeah, Fricks having that very clutch golden, especially for how gone bottom two they were. But obviously,
Yeah,
having just any shrooms on RSL specifically is just insanely broken. But definitely
it
not
is.
mad if you're Ellen here. Oh,
It
even
is kind of
first.
unlucky that VF did get the shock in 9, it looked like, but Ellen's still able to recover, and that's a really huge one for Fricks there, and they're gonna, I think, win the race off that, actually. It was looking really bad into the cave section when Ellen was in bottom 4, but Sherbetland's just so volatile there that you can just get a golden and shroom up, and because the track's also a half off-road, it gains a lot more than on most tracks in this game. It's going to be really interesting to see what Ellen opts to go for 1-4 here. Probably RBC if I was to guess, but they could be opting for something different here.
Yeah, we could see any kind of drafting track here. Could be TF, yeah, could be RBC, as you said, but we will just see, and we are going to be seeing KC coming out from VF's pretty standard 2-3 track here. But if it is RBC, going to be very important to see what team actually gets the proper drafts, which could give a advantage to either team entering the race, as RBC is just one of those tracks where double backing is extremely, extremely broken for how just tiny the castle section is.
And it's going to be RBC coming out here for LN. So it's going to be very important that they do draft up in the 1-4 because you do want to be in the front, as you mentioned. Double backing on this track makes it almost impossible on some corners to avoid backspam.
Do see one LN member drafting. It is Sneaky and Maddie actually. So yeah, greens
and
greens
Fricks
are
gets sniped
throwing.
out.
Yeah,
And past the TC. It's going to be Ellen in bottom 2, but it looked like Ellen was also got into top 2 there. As looks like Jam was trying to break up into their top spots. Jam was going to be contesting for 1 here really hard. He probably wants to outline him if possible. But he's going to clip the wall, but it looks like Sneaky also makes a mistake there, and Jammo's going to get into 1. Just huge front presence for BF right now. And Dakota in second with the Thundercloud, but looks like he's opting just to tank it.
yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't pass it to the bagger, unfortunately, so it's going to be top 2 in the green back. It looks like Ari is also up here, but Rambo's going to come up as well for Ellen.
We do see that Spade has a pretty sizable lead in 10, which could be pretty good for VF, assuming that they are still 1-3. But an early blue actually coming out from LN, so it's gonna shake up actually a lot of spots. And a green also coming out to Jamos. Now he's just stuck in the mid pack. And yeah, switching over to Fricks, we see 1-3-4 so far. Are we actually trying to stop Mega one of LN? And it does not seem to connect, but still top 2. Bomb just ricochets off the thwomp, so does not connect.
Is there a chance that Eric DC'd? I don't see him on the minimap here, actually. And early shot coming out for VF. And Fricks is gonna... Fricks and Rambo are in top 2, but Dakota dodging up here. And he's gonna get into second right now. If he has a chain, it could be very deadly for Rambo.
But as you said, yeah, there is only one bagger, which is obviously the Daisy in the minimap. Everyone else is just running with the back, so it does seem that Ellen's bagger, Eric, has actually DC'd. It's almost off there.
Oh, and that's a pretty bad fail, but it does get Jammo there. So actually working out for Ellen. They're going to be in 1-3-4, it looks like to me. Yeah, 1-3-4-5. VF in bottom spots right now. Jammo also falling off on the rail back there, which was really bad due to the back spam. But VF are in the prime spot to pull shock, so another shock could change the race quite dramatically.
Yeah, especially that Jammo is stuck in 8th. There should be just a guaranteed chance that VF should be pulling shock. And from our other POV, as we see, Jammo does have Bill in A, but he is a bit far behind, so we could potentially just see him using it unless Spade pulls shock kind of in the next 5 or seconds.
Not going to get them. Evan's going to get into 2-3 right now, so if there is a shock, it's going to come pretty soon probably. But it looks like if there is going to be a shock, they're just opting to hold right now.
Yeah, this is going to look like a 1-4.
Yeah, 1-4 for LN, 1-4-5-6 actually. They're getting beneficial races even when they're in back circumstances, it looks like right now. Which is pretty big for them. Jammo's just going to come across the line in 8th, and yeah, just really getting killed on the rail a lot too. It's quite unfortunate for him, but the rail is a risky play to go there on lap 2 with such a narrow pack as well. It's a very easy spot to get back spammed.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty greedy, as you say. Yeah, very close packs. There's no need to really kind of try to just muscle at any or at every single possible opportunity. But even again, with LN having the disadvantage for the second race, as even their bagger DC'd, they still get another winning race. So even though they've had 2 pretty unfortunate situations, they've just found a way to come back from it.
And I think we probably will opt to see a reset right here, and there is going to be a reset coming out for LN, and they are going to claim spots, so they will be the host of the match now. In the first two races, it's actually been quite interesting to see because it looks like VF has been put in prime spots a lot of the races, but Ellen has been able to recover quite greatly in all the races so far.
Yeah, the frontal presence has definitely been in VF's favor, yeah, as you say, but I think just kind of chaining for item and just the item distribution has just really gone to Ellen's favor as they were just in the right time to pull kind of the POWs and blues to mess up VF in the top spots. So, but
But
if
to
again, only 2 races in, so could
but
just use this as a mental reset for them.
also to Ellen's credit though, is that even despite getting the early blue out on Jammo, they were able to hold the front top two for a bit, and even after the shock, they were still in a good spot in 1-3, and I believe they were also 5-6 after that. So they did put themselves in a really good position for the race. As we are going to see the host change coming out right here. Do you want to take a break until everyone's back in room?
Yeah, I'll say we take a few minute break until we do see around 8 to 9 people in a room.
All right, we will be back shortly.
Rate, Macy, a couple others that watched my stream the first time. Like, oh my god, Magistas!
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
If I pull a red start, just back immediately.
I got
Yeah.
bumped. Game box, save, box
I'm
save.
not sure. I'm not sure.
I have a green.
Oh, bumps.
Green back here. Oh, never mind,
Prioritize
never mind.
overcalling. Prioritize overcalling and undercalling, Luca.
All right, and we're back. We're gonna go over the lineups again real quick because we did sort of get rushed to start. So on a VF, again it's Ari, Evan, Dakota, Gemma, and Spade. Spade's a very experienced bagger. He's been in the community for over a decade at this point, decade and a half actually. So he's a very keen player, I think, for this team. Um, what do you think about VF's lineup specs? I know I went over it, so.
Um, yeah, no, as you said, yeah, Spade definitely is the most veteran player of this team, especially for bottom. There's a pretty underrated bagger. He has been bagging for sometimes only been like around 2-ish years, but uh he's stuck in bottom div for most of those 2 years, but he's always just been an underrated bagger just because people don't really just he doesn't really practice just I guess as much as the other baggers, which is why people don't really kind of look up to his full potential. But going to the actual runners, all of them have been playing for a pretty long time, especially Ari and Evan, who've actually been playing since kind of the same time that I started playing, I remember. But they've always, again, as the kind of bottom divs that they've been in, always perform pretty well, especially as we saw this season and with Dakota as well, with one of the kind of newer players on the team. But kind of just this whole team is just as long as they stuck in the bottom divs, which they always have been in most of the GSC seasons they've played, they've always performed well, and we clearly saw it this season. So definitely a strong contender to hopefully see and continue with no large mass DCs as we continue. So
Yeah, Dakota's been pretty impressive this season. It does look like Room did get started. So I do want to mention on LN, Fricks did MVP 2 of the 3 matches for semifinals, which I think is very impressive in showing that they don't even need dunks to win. So I am interested to see how he will perform, as I think he really is the glue of that team. I think if he starts to crack, I think the team will start to crack. So I think it'll probably be up to him whether they win or not today.
yeah, from the streams with Call that I've seen, he is definitely the kind of main commander, or we can say the main just the comms of the team. He does most of the talking with shock plays and stuff. So definitely one of the more important players. If even though if it doesn't come to scoring exactly, he just tells everyone or tells most of the players what to do. And unfortunate bump
Yeah.
from Eric though, so unfortunately not going to be a 0. But this star in 6 on DDR is still going to be pretty important. Just going to be holding it most likely. And Spade is a bit intense so far, so it could be pretty good for VF if Spade does pull the shock pretty early on. But does seem
Evan
spots
did
are
get
a bit
TC'd early
maxed up.
on.
Yeah.
Spade
think
is on
VF
Daisy and he just lost Bill, so VF I think is mostly up there, but VF's also going to be in 10 now. Or actually, no, Ellen's going to be in 10 now, sorry.
Yeah, I do believe VF is still top 2, I do believe. As Gemma does mess up a bit. Never mind, Ari actually messing up wall glitch as well, so pretty even spots right here. And again, this star 5 is really huge. I believe
Rambo
Gemma
and Mega
is
right now.
or Rambo, yeah.
And Blue coming out, that's going to connect onto Dakota, I think. And Frix is still holding onto a star, hoping that Eric will get the shock. Well, one of the backers is running forward, it is Spade. Bill's coming out for Evan right now. And Frix is going to opt to use the star. Is there going to be a shot coming out now? Looks like there won't be. Oh, there will be,
shot
actually.
comes out. Yeah. Late shot
TSVF
coming
on
out.
wall glitch.
Yeah. And it's now top 2 for LN with a pretty good sizable lead as we see, but still really close pack. If any bottom spot players pulls Goldens here, could shake up some spots at the very end, but if not, it is probably just going to be looking like a top 2, never mind, 1-3. As I said, I just ate my words there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but should be a winning race still for LN. Pretty clutch shock coming from
Looked like
Eric.
it's
Was
very
it?
odds and even.
Mhm.
Eric did luckily get the shock. I think he probably got it towards the end because otherwise I don't see why Fricks would have used the star that early. But that was a very good shock pull from Eric, finding himself into 10th after Spade had to lose Bell.
Definitely helped that Evan was also holding Bill, so it was just basically a guaranteed shock for him. And yeah, as you said, odds with 1357 coming from LN, so going to be extending the lead at time being. I don't remember if we said it, but there was a -5 actually from RSL onto LN. I actually don't remember if we said that, but
I don't think we did. Basically what it was Evan got bumped into the wall by Eric, but that's really not that big of a worry. It's only a -5 after all, so could have been worse for them. As LN are in the odd spots right now, so I wonder if they'll go Maple Tree Way since DDR did get picked, and that's exactly what they're opting for. As VF is going to go for DS Delfino Square, which is quite actually an interesting track to go for a 2-4. You don't really see that often.
yeah, no, I don't. Unless they're just banking on drafts here, but again, drafts aren't that powerful unless you have like everyone else sit. Other than the drafter, we will see what VF's game plan for this is. We will see if there are any drafters and who sits. Obviously, the boxes in 7 and 8 are going to be very important to see who pulls the golden, as we will most likely see a demonstration of the very broken double cut kind of halfway through the track. So
yeah, and you do want to have people taking double on that one to guarantee some front presence. You can run Delfino actually, but it is quite hard to do without shrooms. Really Fip coming out onto Ari right there. Big kill from Fricks. As Jamo's going to be sitting to 8th on the other POV to get a golden mushroom, so he will be taking the double shortcut, but he may be too far behind to get into first. Yeah,
no one in the top 4 it seems. I think Jamo is the only double taker from our other POV. So yeah, LN still in top 2 with Jamo still behind Sneaky in 30 with a red. So hopefully Sneaky does have protection, and he does. So still going to be top 2 entering lap 2 with the baggers. Still pretty close here, but Spade barely in 10. If he does already have shock, it could be very good for VF as they are mostly in the mid to bottom spots. But
Spade got
Eric
hit on the map, so I don't think so.
Yeah.
And VF's in 3-4 right now, which isn't that bad if Evan can pull shrooms. Backspam does come out. Dakota also probably needs to have shrooms to get up there. They are in a sort of a critical spot right now where they need to either pull blue or shrooms. And Jamo does get triple shrooms himself, so he's going to get right back into the front. Oh, big bump coming in, though.
Yeah, that was definitely a very laggy bump. Not sure as the minimap did not show, but the unfortunate TC7 though. And misses Rambo actually. I think they're just gonna sit there. So
actually, this is better for VF, I think, as Ellen is in bottom 2 right now. But if Ellen does have the shock, that will be very detrimental to their race. Frick's still holding up 1, and he does get a backspam off on the other screen.
Yeah, if we switch over to Fricks, yeah, still holding down 1. As you said, pretty difficult to run Delfino, but we could potentially see a full run of Delfino Square here. No one taking cut in the start. Dakota in second. Shock coming out. There is a Dodger in the double cut. We will see who it is. I think it was Rambo.
Yeah, I think it was Rambo as well. Even though it did
Who's-
get all of VF in the set, they did not pull anything to kill them out, and it's going to be a top 2 for LN. And Jam is going to try to come across here. They are in 5-7. They're just going to try to hold these positions and salvage the best they can. Sneaky does get A, so it is a bit okay for VF, but still, they need to start getting momentum if they want to get back into the match.
Yeah, but crazy caster's curse, as I swear we did just see a Diaz Delfino Square run here from Fricks, as we did see no kind of triple shrooms pulls in lap 1 in 4th or 5, and Gemma did pull triple shrooms 5, but he was still too far behind to catch up. And yeah, it is top 2 6-8 from LN, but all they need are these small winning races here. They don't need anything too big, as the race count keeps getting lower and lower.
And Fricks did a really good job there too, just consistently hold first and backspam the whole time. He didn't even get drafted at the beginning of the race, which I was kind of surprised about because he swerved into the shadow, but he didn't swerve after that. But 4th place opted not to draft him, so it actually worked out quite a bit. And Ellen's favor there. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a 10-point lead for Ellen after two. Oh no, this is race 3.
Race 4.
Is there? Yeah. Is the table updated correctly?
No, this is after 3, but after
Okay.
4 they are up 15 with the -5, so pretty good lead so far. And yeah, as you said, Fricks did MVP 2 of the 3 semifinals matches, and he's clearly showing it here with a massive 53 GP1. So
Coming up clutch when his team does need him. Especially without Dunks in the lineup. They are missing that key frontal presence all the times, but they are still making it work even without him, which is very important to note.
we are going to see Grumble Volcano coming out from the side of VF. Obviously, it is Grumble, so it's just going to be just a gamble of who pulls the shrooms, who takes rock, and going to be an unfortunate burn from Fricks, but still could work out. It is GV, so if Fricks does pull shrooms from the other POV, which unfortunately he does not.
Jammo does get
but
the triple shroom pull, but he does opt to use one of them at least. And Fricks is going to get forced into a star due to the TC that Maddie gave him. But this is still an okay spot for both teams right now, as they are coming up on the rock, and the rock hop is probably one of the most important shortcuts in this video game. Ooh, big mistake from
fortunate
Jammo
bump.
there.
Yeah. Making
But
rock
he does
very
make
cleanly.
rock.
Yeah, very clean rock. So 2-3 now for VF. Rambo still holding down in 1. Could potentially have more shrooms depending on what he rolled, but probably just 1 shroom in first at the very best case scenario for him. And
Both backers did
not
make shot. They are both back right now, and Spade's going to be falling off the track, or he spammed Bill? Oh, no, he's off the track, and
Yeah.
Spade's in 10th right now. And Fricks is going to just go around, opts to hold that star. He may lose a bit of time, but it does look like some people do fail rock, and that looks like Sneaky failed it, and Jamma's going to get into 1 here. Rambo did not have more shrooms, and it's going to be a 1-4 coming out for VF right now. Evan's in a good spot to pull shrooms, but it looks like Eric does get into 10, but I think Spade does have the shock right now.
Yeah, he is running forward, so yeah, pretty just good to assume here that VF is safe with shock. Nana's being thrown up, do not connect, red shell cracked as well, but with VF having shock again, since now the rock is gone, we're just gonna have to see who
Oh,
takes the
and a blue
respawn. There's
shot comes
actually a
out on
blue.
Jammo.
No box from Fricks. He has to pull shrooms here, but no shock comes out, TSing preventing 2 of LN from taking cut and Dakota being able to take respawn.
So
And there is a lot of
bottom 3
LN.
right now. Oh, but Jammo does get starred.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be a VF top 2 at least. Top 3, I think, actually.
I think so, yeah. Top 3, 8 on the side of VF. So basically tying the match, or gonna have a very slight gain here, but very clutch shock from Spade here, and a very smart shock as well, preventing LN from just taking the respawn in general instead of shocking them out, as even though Dakota was going to be the third cut taker.
Yeah, I think the shock they did use was actually probably the best shock we've seen in this match so far. And that shock just basically guaranteed them a top 3 there, because Dakota was able to take the cut, and even they were top 2 even without having cut takers. That was a very interesting race, honestly, because you didn't actually see, you saw Jammo make rock twice, but it didn't actually matter since he got blue down. And I didn't see a lot of other people consistently make rock that race. Which is just one of those things that happens. It is a tough shortcut to pull off under high stress scenarios. It's also very important to note that Spade did get the shock there, and that was a very clutch shock for his team, as if LN pulled the shock, that could have been a 15-point swing in their direction. So that is exactly what VF needed, as they are going to be up for the first time this match after getting their first winning race this match as well.
Yeah, now for VF, getting that top 3 could be the start of a completely new momentum swing here, and it could start, if they do get this BCWii pick, very broken for running, as long as glitch is blocked, and the glitch is again very broken cut. But again, I'm not sure if any of the players do actually know how to do glitch. Could be mistaken, but
Dakota does. I know that.
Dakota?
But he's not on Daisy, so I don't know if he'll go for it. But just from what I've played with him in Lounge, I know that he does know how to do it. I think Evan can also do it somewhat, but I don't know if they will go for it unless it's a must do or die scenario. And we're gonna see Gemma off to back at the start of the race here to just guarantee that box 8, and VF's probably just gonna insta back. Ari does look like he dies out from the top 3. It looks like maybe he's in 4th or 5th right now, and Evan does die as well. We cut over to Frix's POV, and he's ends up being dead, and he's in 6th position right now with triple shrooms. Looks like Dakota may try to block glitch.
Yeah, we did see actually a lot of kind of spots being traded with 2 VF being hit out, so it wasn't the best possible scenario for VF at the start, but spots are pretty mixed up. 2-4-5, never mind, Rambo, as I just said, that is hit out, but still 3-4 with these 2 shrooms and 4 could be very huge. Fib hits onto an LN member, so now top 2 for VF, and Spade is in 10 slightly. But again, this star in 2nd is going to be very scary, and I'm pretty confident that Frix is obviously unaware that Gemmo could maybe hit a stop star at any point to him, but
yeah,
he
because
does connect,
he'll have a
yeah.
star in 2nd there, and that's like quite an important star because he can just flag, and Dakota's already gone in 1st, getting good backspam off. But Rambo does kill him frame out of his star.
Yeah, that was very greedy.
Right, it was. But Frix does get backed again, and Glitch is super blocked, so it doesn't look like anyone will take it unless they pull a star. And Frix getting the blue shell is very huge for them, as it's, even though it's not going to be enough to get Dakota out, and Ari's in 3rd actually, but it's not going to be enough to get Dakota out, but it could be the start to change the race up.
Yeah, Dakota has such a massive lead in 1 that Ellen will probably just be playing for a 2-3-4 here. Bit of a lag bump on both players actually, but pretty close pack. This Mega 4 can be very huge, and Eric is actually, yeah.
Blue coming out again on Dakota.
Yeah. I think Rambo's hit out. Evan is also hit out. So 1-3-4 for VF. Eric has to pull Shock Gear if LN needs to clutch something up here. I think Eric does have it because the Funky Kong is running forward actually on minimap. Could see a shock here. Yeah, 2 of LN in stars.
No chain though, but Dakota does get TS'd, and Sneaky's gonna find himself in a 1st. TC in 3 for the win. He does hit the Nano though. He passes it to, I think that was Evan maybe?
Oh no, to Maddie. Yeah, that's fine.
And looks like it was actually a 1-3-4. Big shock from Eric, and kind of unfortunate for Dakota there to take 2 blues and get TS, but that is how BCWE crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, considering the lead that he had entering lap 3, yeah, could be a tilting race just personally for him, but again, yeah, this is just one of the tracks where you just have to be aware because there's so many broken TS spots and just places to hit people that kind of any spot can change. But Dakota actually sneaks into 1, which I'm actually kind of amazed because yeah, did look like a clear 1st for LN, but I guess I'm mistaken here. Maybe a lag start.
Either way, no lag start. 2-3-4, so it's still a good race for Ellen nonetheless. And it looks like they'll probably be close to tied if I was to guess. I do think it is important to note that even though it is kind of unlucky, Ellen did get 2 blues for Dakota. It is a track where there is a lot of item boxes, and you can chain a lot of sets in a row, and they were in a lot of the mid spots, so they were more than likely to pull blue than VF for most of that race. And we're going to see Peach Gardens come out on the side of VF and a rogue MC3 from Spade, but it looks like KC is coming out for Ellen right now as well.
And one more thing to add from that DDR race, we again forgot to say, but there is another -5 coming onto the side of LN as Eric bumped one of VF into the off-road. So now it's going to be a total of -10 from LN, only down 4 though with half the war left. So again, any team can still win this, and we are going to be seeing Gardens, which could be a huge swing track because of the first shortcut here. Very broken depending on who pulls shrooms here.
Yeah, and we're gonna see Fricks just opt to run this, I think. Yes, Fricks no stops with box, does get a TC, which if he can pass it, he does just take the cut. And Sneaky hits the wall, and it looks like Evan's gonna be the first one shrooming up here with a golden, I think. And Evan's gonna get into one cleanly. Those are some nice avoidance from Evan to avoid the TC. And Jammo does have triple reds and sevens. Fricks with a golden, but he's probably just going to use that to catch up. I'll still hold it, actually. And he does get backed by Jammo.
Yeah. Spade
And-
is in 10 as well, so yeah, he should be burning this golden to at least hog one of the possible dodges here, but spots does seem pretty mixed up here. We do see some LN, some VF in the back. Random green onto Jammo, very unfortunate.
And he's not going to contest for the box K here.
There's another
He does
green.
get a POW 7. Sort of a bad pull. Well, but it can actually be okay if they can maybe T-POW Evan if he's still in 1. But VF does have 5, 6, 7 right now, so it's not looking good for them. But
Yeah, considering the pack as well is still very close, so yeah, spots could potentially change up in the front
it looks like
from
Spade
this
has
POW
shots.
here. Yeah, he is running forward, yeah.
So actually this could be pretty good for VF still, especially if they could be holding maybe a Mega, because they were in the mid spots. Gemma finds himself into 3rd as Evan still runs cleanly in 1st. Maddie in 2nd, and Sneaky's gonna die with the TC there. I don't even think VF needs to use the shock here to win the race currently. And Fricks is gonna shroom up their cut, but it's only gonna be 2-5 coming out, and they're gonna need to make some huge plays. Rambo in the Mega right now, but oh, Fricks hitting the wall is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, they do need... This star is very huge, though. If VF does shock into last set, we could see a good predict coming from Fricks, but they could just hold shock until they are in the winning spots here. LN in 5, bottom 2. Ari sitting to 8. TC for the win for Rambo. One player dying. It's actually... Yeah, it's LN that died, so it's top 2 for VF. And massive race to come back from that losing... BCWii race, and again, huge shock for Spade because yeah, with that star and that TC for the win, if Eric pulled shock, that could have been a disaster of a last set for VF.
Yeah, but since Spade was able to hold it or get it, he was just able to hold the shock and basically force Ellen to play a shockless race there, which for their spots was very not beneficial. It was very beneficial to VF though, with that top 3 coming out actually. Top 3, 7-9. Good race from VF to put themselves back in control of this match. And Evan actually, it's quite crazy on that track actually, because Evan was just able to golden up into 1, and he just held it the whole race without, he didn't get blued, and he didn't get passed by anyone trimming up their cut, which is quite unusual for that track. And if we did not mention it, I think we did, there was another -5 on LN again. So Eric probably needs to be a bit more careful going on, as he has already received 2 -5s within the first 6 races of the match.
Yeah, they could matter at the end because only 23-point deficit from LN, so all they need is 1 top 3 and they're right back in, and they have 5 races to do it. But again, this could swing out of control if VF do get this Rainbow Road pick, which could be extremely broken for running, and it is going to be Rainbow Road on the side
Enter
of
the last
VF.
GP here, and Owen's gonna have to have quite a decent GP here. They're gonna have to get probably at least 1 big race to like get back into it, or 2 mediocre races.
Yeah,
And
just
we're gonna
start
have
with
to see
this
Brooks get in
race.
front. Yeah, and this track's very hard to lose the top spots if you don't get bumped off, which looks like none of VF did. Maybe Jammo just went to 5th.
This room could be useful to maybe break up top 2, but actually just opts to hold it. Maybe he's going to use it on kind of the S-bend
Looks
before
like
the
Dakota does
cannon.
miss the flip trick, and Evan's just going to be the only one holding up 1 right here. And Maddie's going to get into 1 now. It's going to be a 1-3.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Very risky lines coming out from Fricks, but it is going to work out in his favor. He is itemless though right now. And 2-3 for VF. Maddie looks like he may be getting overtaken by Evan, yeah, and
Yeah.
Maybe got bumped off actually. No, he's still on. And Frix is gonna have to try to red him. The Nana does come back, but it does miss. And he has to back the red, and he does get Jammo? Yeah, he does get Jammo.
He does, yeah.
Very clean
But-
back spam, and I think that's gonna put them in 2-3-4, and VF is all up to Evan basically, as Ellen is 2-5 right now.
Yeah, if LN do pull that blue in either 4 or 5, this could be extremely dangerous for
Oh, and
them.
missing
But
the flip chick ramp yet again for VF. That's huge, and it's gonna get Frix into 1, and he can honestly opt to just like slow down and red him right here if he wants to. He's just gonna keep going. Is the Nana still tied out of cannon though? It is.
yeah,
but...
it is, yeah. Oh, but Shock actually
big
comes
shock.
out.
Oh, it's a
Rambo
really
is the
shock
first
legit.
dodger.
Yeah, that's quite interesting because I thought it was a VF shock as well from the looks of things. Yeah, I
It
think
could
they
be
just got
because,
Rambo
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
But Jamma's gonna get into 1 with a golden mushroom, so he does
Yeah.
not have an item to back though yet. We do not know what Rambo has if he even chained an item.
But it does seem like, yeah, LN is still in 2-3 behind Jamo, so still pretty mixed up spots here. Green back actually
And he
connects
does
onto
connect.
Rambo. Yeah.
It's a
So,
huge back spam.
has a pretty nice solid lead in 1 here, unless there's a blue. Should be getting first this race.
Yeah, unless he makes
Um,
a mistake, which could happen since U-turn up here on the half pipe is quite detrimental sometimes and does not work in your favor always. And especially under nerves, you could fail. But Frix gets killed out of the cannon actually as well. And it's gonna be 2-3-5 for Frix, for Ellen actually, and 1-4 for VF. And we're just gonna say Jammo cleanly run, I think, and does not get hit by anything. A blue on Frix, but he does not have time to throw it. And Ellen's gonna get 2-3. Ari's gonna get 4th. Looks like a pretty even race, honestly, which I think benefits VF more in this situation.
yeah, considering the situation that did happen lap 2, but I think, yeah, as you said, I think it is a VF shock, just a bit mistimed as they did get Rambo in, but clutch shock from Spade once again is just really weird pulling shock on this track specifically, as this is kind of the one outlier, as it is most of the time, 95% of the time, just shockless, as if you get a box in 9, you guarantee the other bagger a box 10, so not sure how that played out, but actually a tiny winning race for LN, which is big favor for them considering VF started top 3 on Rainbow Road.
Yeah, this could be the start of what they need to get back into the match here, as they are only down 20, so they are around 20 still, so they are still very much in it. And yeah, it's quite interesting because on Rainbow Road, most of the time, as you said, it does go shockless, but Spade needing to hit the boxes with VF in bottom 3 there, so. And getting a clutch pull as well. Coconut Mall and Waluigi Stadium, both very interesting and both very tech-heavy tracks. So, oh, and Goldmine from Dakota, so we'll see what it has to pick here.
But yeah, if we do see CM coming out, kind of the same bagging situation as Rainbow Road, is just most likely to be shockless, so it'll just be purely down to who pulls the shrooms, and if it is Stadium, shock is extremely broken, as the final ramp has a very broken TS, but yeah, we are going to be seeing Coconut Mall, and again, triple shrooms and goldens will be the item to pull at this first set, following a pretty good shroom cut through the mall here, but see if Friggs does opt to sit. No, gets a box 4 or 5. It is triple reds though.
And Ellen's gonna be in 1-3-4, and he's gonna get hit up by the red. It looks like only probably one person can take cut, but actually it's only people in VF taking cut up here with Jammo and Evan. Evan taking the full cut though, Jammo not. And they're gonna get into 2-4-5 right now.
Yeah, Ellen's still holding on to 1 here, but Evan does have an unfortunate TC in 4.
Rambo hits the wall, but it doesn't give Evan Evan does not pass that TC off, and looks like he's just gonna have to be taking it for now.
So still 2-3 with a shroom in 3rd, so Gemma's just gonna most likely be holding this until the cut, but is actually burning the shroom, which definitely not the play, and it's just comboed.
Yeah. And
And
an
an
early,
early
shot coming
shock.
out. more beneficial for VF with 2 dodges, but Frick's predicting the shock with triple shroom chain could be big for his team.
Yeah, especially that one of the VF dodgers was the build dodger. Definitely beneficial for LN here, and actually cracks the red,
That's very
surprisingly.
impressive.
Yeah. But Maddie's
But-
still holding down the 4-in-1 so far for this entire race. So 1-4 right now. We do know that one of VF here 100% does not have shrooms unless they do pull it at this set here. But we could see LN get into top 2 here unless Dakota has a shroom fib on to the cut, does not connect. So yeah, top 2 now for LN. Gemmo is holding a star on the other POV, but
he
just
hits a
mostly
wall and
going to be
has to use it.
shockless. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like LM's just going to keep this 1-3 going. Fifth tight does not connect.
Fricks might opt to just shroom just to maybe pass Dakota somewhere.
He's playing
Not
very
sure
risky
where
by putting
now.
that shroom.
Yeah, not sure where he's just going to use it. Maybe last turn here, but he's probably not going to beat him. 1-3.
But
Oh, there's a lot of
big
LN.
race, 1-3-4-5, and that's why he wasn't shrooming or using his rear view, because
Yeah.
he knew his teammates was behind him. And I think that's a VF bottom 3. So that's going to put LN, I think, like, probably tied or even up on VF now.
Yeah,
That was a
again,
very impressive run by Maddie.
another swing of momentum. Now this time coming from LN, and yeah, as you say, this probably is going to be now tied with 3 races to go. So still anyone's game here. Yeah, 1-3-4-5. Even though Spade did pull that early shock, just kind of isn't that beneficial just because it is a build dodge. They are itemless.
Yeah,
So,
it looked like it's actually going to be pretty good for right now, but or for the situation when map 2, because they got it to 2-3-5, and it looked like Ari was actually going to take care of Fricks, but Fricks getting like quite a strange red dodge. I don't know how he did that. So he was able to hold on to 1-3-4, and then he was able to take the cut and get into third there and just keep the pressure on Dakota. And it looked like Evan probably died there, and Ari also died, and Gemma was just an 8th after the early shock. And I think this track pick is going to be very big for the war, as it could be the one that decides. As the VF needs a reset probably quite badly, and LN just wants to keep the momentum up. So I'd say they probably they opt for Maple Treeway, and VF opt for MC3. And MC3 is one of the tracks which I feel like half the time is kind of RNG of how it goes.
yeah, I definitely agree. Again, MC3 very broken, especially for Golden here, but fortunately for LN, no need to deal with any of the luck factors on MC3, and it is going to be Maple, which again is a cannon track, so shock is very, very broken, more broken compared to most of the other tracks here, but it does seem like unfortunate bump from Rambo, but still
Looks like
top
Dakota
2
dies
for
out early though, or maybe burnt out, which is very bad for VF, as he was their only front presence. So it's going to be a top 2. It's going to be a top 4, but Fricks does get really bumped by Evan dying, but it still looks okay because it looks like Ellen's still just going to be top 3 right now.
Yeah, they did play the beginning good. Actually, not sure. Other than Dakota burning out, it did seem like a lot of them just hopped into the cut, which is why Ellen kept a lot of the top spots. But for now, Shockless is perfectly fine if you're LN here.
It looks like Ari's like really far gone in 8th as well, so it does look like VF probably needs the shock right now. I don't know who's in 1, but I'm just going to assume it's Ellen for now.
Yeah. Not sure. I do know LN is still 2-3 at the
Yeah,
very
Ellen is top
worst.
3.
I think Rambo is still in 1, yeah. Mega coming out, though. Most likely
And
no
also
shock.
Bill coming out,
Yeah.
but no shock
Yeah.
happening yet. And actually, maybe Eric has the shock. It looks like he's hiding on the map.
If Eric does have shock, this could be very huge, considering LN is still most of the top spots here. But this POW could potentially change things up here.
Yeah, maybe
Lots of people spinning out.
Was very
Oh
important.
my goodness. Oh my god. Just
That was
hopped
very
over the
scary.
ramp. Yeah, but he's still alive. Top 3 for for
He
LN
gets
with a
triple
pretty
reds.
good
This is
break.
the best item for him as he can just slag all of the VF right here, and Evan gets
Oh
forced
my
into
God.
Mega, and someone's forced into Star. It looks like as well. As if VF does have shock, it's coming in here, and VF does not have it.
Yeah, top 2-5 still, but LN is so gone in top 2 right now that they do need at least a blue here to maybe switch some things up. But LN I think
Jammo
is
does get
also
the
bottom.
blue.
Oh,
Blew out,
could
but
could
it may not even be enough because they do have such a big lead in top 2.
yeah, Dakota needs to bank on some type of combo item here. Unfortunately, no combo item, so it's still top 2
As it
for
looks like VF's just going to
LN.
be playing for mids here, I think.
Yeah. We
Late
do see a
shot coming in
shock
for
though.
LN.
Yeah. Could
Frick's
maybe
getting streams
see.
trying to salvage, but it doesn't look like he will. And VF's going to get all the mids, and LN's going to get top 2 and bottom 2, which is going to put LN back into the match. I think it'll put them up, actually.
Yeah, it's still gonna be neck and neck here with 2 races to go. Very well played lap 1 by the side of LN, just for Rambo to get that nice lead
Yeah.
in 1. But yeah, top 2, bottom 2, and I think it's gonna be either tied or a 2-point match here going into race 11.
And ultimately, I think the real deciding factor of that race was Dakota burning out, as VF just instantly lost their front presence and they did not get shrooms to shroom up. Evan was able to get into third for a split second, but he just got instantly redded whenever he passed one of Ellen's members. So I think that was just quite unfortunate because it can happen under pressure to burn out. But VF's still going to be up here by 2 points entering the penultimate race. As the gold mine's coming out on the side of LN, and we're gonna have to wait and see what VF chooses to pick. And VF chooses BC3, and BC3, and especially I feel like in lower divs is quite interesting to how the races play out, because in high div everyone makes the cut, but in low div I feel like there's more chance for people to fail the cut. So it's gonna actually, I think, be more pressure on these people in D8 to make the shortcut and make sure it works if it picks it, but it does not pick it. It picks gold mine.
Yeah, this picked gold mine, and again, similarly to BCWE with the TS entering kind of the section with the zippers, gold mine has an extremely broken TS after the uphill ramp, so shock can genuinely make it or break it for this entire match, considering it is race 11 and it is a 2-point match. Early TC coming out
Someone
on the
does get bumped
side.
off as well, I think.
LN in top 2-5. Dakota drafts up, so 3-4 so far.
But Spade's going to be
for
in 10
VF.
right here, so if there is a shock, it's more than likely going to be pulled by VF, which this check, as you mentioned, the TS spot is super big. It's one of the worst TS spots in the game. Oh, big
Green's
backfire from Rambo.
Yeah, Nana's up. Do not connect. Good attempt though, but 2-3 right now. For VF and 1-4. As for LN, as Fricks is still right behind Gemmo here, so pretty mixed up spots still. But these greens could be very good if Gemmo actually connects it onto Fricks here. Does not connect. Connects onto 5th though.
It looked like someone had a TC as well. I couldn't tell who it was though. And I think Evan's in 5th now.
Yeah. But the pack split is starting to create from the top 5 and the bottom 3.
And Spade is running forward. Looks like he probably has shock. Jammo's flagging Fricks there, which is could be a big play if it puts VF into 4th as well. And yeah, I think Spade definitely has the shock. Fricks does have a dodge, but he is going to opt to take the TC from Sneaky, but he misses actually. And Fricks has a Mega in 4, and he's just going to have to predict that's going to be a TS on Rambo. And Dakota's off the track.
Dakota's off. Yeah. So huge back either from Rambo or just a misplay from Dakota. Uses the
And
Mega
VF
to
can't
predict
use the shock.
Yeah, so good Mega. Yeah, VF definitely 100% has the shock. We'll either see a late shock here because VF has to do something here. Jammo runs into the nanas, so it's top 2 now. Yeah.
And
Shock
does
comes
come out, and Ari dodges and a star, and he gets reds on him. And Jammo's gonna get up to 3rd, can anyone else from VF benefit though? Dakota does, and it's gonna be 2-4 for VF actually.
Clutch race from them, and again, another clutch shock from Spade. Just so many clutch shocks coming out from both baggers. But
Yeah, whichever
depend
team needs to shock more always gets it, it feels like.
yeah. But great play, just great showing from Rambo there, hitting the backs when needed, kept first, could have been completely spiraled out of control. Actually, Matty actually sneaking into fourth, so very
Oh.
even race.
Yeah, and it's gonna be basically a tied game going into a race 12 here, which is exactly what you want to see in this type of match.
VF are
And
up 3 points with a race to go, yeah.
Rambo's was very impressive the last two races, just having big breakaways and to where he basically forced VF into playing for mid spots only. And doing that made it to where they are only down 3. And this is going to be, I think, a track pick that will determine the war now.
Yeah, depending on what gets played here, if it's going to be a luck track, if it's going to be a running track, yeah, it's just going to decide. The entire war. Shock is going to be insanely huge here. TF and BC3 coming out, which is exactly just the complete polar opposites of tracks. One is a runner and one just is a complete swing track. And we are seeing the LN track of TF very good to draft here. And being down 3 points, a 33-point race in the minimum is needed for LN to get this win, and all VF needs is 28 points. So not much asking for either team here for the win, but
3 back-to-back track picks in the war for LN, and doesn't look like anyone goes for Bill, actually, I think. Spade's gonna go backwards. And Fricks is in 5 right now. It looks like VF does open up and get into top spots quite early, actually.
Rambo is hit out as well.
Yeah, but Dakota with the TC, but he does pass it to Matty. And VF's gonna be top 2 right now with Jamo and Ari. And we'll see if Jamo ups to back this nano on the late cut. It could be huge if he does. He also hold it for now, but since VF is top 2, they can just double back spam themselves still. When they're actually top 3, it looks like Dakota's in 3. And Ellen's gonna have to be praying for blue and chalk, I think, to win this war.
Yeah, especially that it's a sitter as well. All Spade just has to do is just not
Fricks does get
let
the
him get
blue.
any boxes 10. But yeah, as you say, yeah, Fricks does pull the blue. Could be the start of a potential spot swing here. Pack is not as split as it could be. Still top 3 though for V. Never mind, top 2, 4, 5.
Rambo's gonna
So
have to make some big work coming in. He's in Omega right now, and he does try to get Evan, but he misses, and Evan's forced him to star, though. It doesn't look like anyone has the shock yet. And it looks like someone fails the late cut. I think it was Maddie. And yeah, VF's just back into top 4, and they do get Reddit. Another blue does come out, but they're gonna need more than a blue shell to win. Ari does die to the Whomps, or to the Stompers, and Fricks does stream Jam under the wall, and it's looking more doable now, but Rambo needs to connect with these greens.
yeah, top 2, bottom 2 is perfectly fine for VF here, so they don't need to overly greed here. But it doesn't seem like Ellen had, and they're both random greens.
On the cut,
And
shot
comes
coming
out
for VF, and
yeah,
it's over. And VF has taken over match 1 with a top 3 race 12. Very impressive resilience from VF, especially when Ellen did get back-to-back-to-back track picks, all runners. That was very important for them to get into the tops there. And very good effort from Ellen, though. I do want to say that because they did hold their spots when they needed to, and they made the war close. It won't look as close as it is just due to the top 3, but I think Ellen did get probably like the slightly winning races, and VF got the big winning races, which is interesting to know for enter match 2. And yeah, big war here from Dakota, MVPing, and really being the carry for VF that they needed. And also Spade did a really good job getting a lot of the shocks that was very crucial to their races.
yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, so it definitely showed that again. Spade might be, one of those underrated bottom div baggers that even though he doesn't practice as much, he does get sleeped on, and he perfectly showed here why he is deserving of being kind of titled as a pretty strong bagger for D8 especially.
Exactly. And Dakota does get a 131 match one, and that's exactly what you want from him, as he did have, I believe, the second or third highest average in the div. And Fricks and Rambo scoring a lot of points as well individually, but just wasn't enough for this match one. Lost by 22, but you just have to move on and go into match two with a winning mindset for Allen. They can't get that tilted over match one. And do you want to take a break until match two?
Yeah, I think, definitely after that hell of a match there, yeah, we will be taking a tiny intermission before the start of match two. So we'll be right back.
All right,
All
so
right.
we're
Welcome back,
back.
everyone. We're back for match 2. Is that right?
Yes, match 2.
Let's go. Let's get it. Glad to be
And
here.
Sparkster has left it, but we have got Vinny instead.
How's it going, everyone?
It's going good, Vinny. How's it going for you?
I'm doing good. I've been chilling all day after a, a week long of work. So yeah, been taking it easy today. But yeah, excited to be able to cast D8 finals now with you, Caden.
Thank you, thank you. We're gonna look at the Division 8 graphics. We didn't get time to do this actually, so if we
Nice,
do
nice.
see here, VF did get the most points scored this season, and they had the best winning record, and Ellen second. So you can definitely tell the top 2 teams definitely deserve to be here.
For sure, for sure. Taking a look at
And
the indies too. Yeah, I mean a lot of good players across the board. I mean Dunks for LN. I don't think he's playing, if I'm not mistaken, but he has the highest average out of everyone in DA with 36.6. But you see Dakota for VF coming in second, even though I don't know if he's in VF's lineup or not
he
either for
is,
match 2 at least. He is all right.
yes.
Good for
Dunks
the
isn't
good
in
on them.
for any of the matches, but Dakota's in for all the matches, I think. So,
Gotcha.
and it's actually quite interesting to see here because I think on paper VF probably looks a bit stronger, but when we look at the averages, Ellen actually appears more often in the top 10. And we're gonna go a bit more in depth into Ellen's lineup because we didn't get to do that for the first match since we started pretty late. So, do you have any players that you think are standouts on this team?
Um, I guess one that's biggest standout for me. I guess the two would be like Fricks and Maddie. I mean, I say that with them having the highest averages out of anyone in the lineup with 31 and a 30. So they're probably the strongest runners for LN. I mean, you have Sneaky and Rambo's really good support runners as well. I mean, their averages are no slouch either with 26 and 27. So you have some really strong runners up at the front for LN. And you have a couple runners, maybe Sneaky and Rambo kind of do the slagging in the mid pack a little bit, trying to keep VF at bay
And
potentially, and then Eric
actually,
bagging
match
from.
1, Rambo was quite often in the front, so he does show that he's actually quite capable when he is in the front of the pack, which is very important to see. Because without Dunks, they are missing their best runner by far. But Maddie was able to get a few good runs. Rambo got a few good runs in. I didn't really see Sneaky in the front, but he did seem to be more of like a schlag player for them. And Fricks did a good job on quite a few races as well.
I see that he did MVP for LN in match 1 here with 106, and then Rambo, as you did mention, scored 100 too, so put up big numbers as we saw. And then Dakota for VF MVP'd overall with a 131, which is extremely impressive. I mean, you don't see that a whole lot in a finals playoff match or any match in general, but I mean, yeah, he absolutely went off. Kind of helped lead VF to the win in match 1 as they won by 22. I mean, I did watch most of match 1 and it was close. I mean, the entire time. I believe going into race 12 is only a 3-point difference, if I'm not mistaken, and then VF
You are correct.
ends up winning by 22. So it's like we're getting started here in match 2. But any thoughts, Caden, as we head into the second match here?
Well, going off the record, VF does have this edge in all their regular season matches and all of the playoff history. So I wouldn't be surprised to see VF take it 2-0, but I am hoping Ellen does win this match and put it into game 3.
Oh, I sure hope so as well. I mean, you want to see go to 3 matches for any like playoff match, but certainly for the grand finals in Division A, you want to see it go all the way to the very end. And would kind of be lame if you saw a 2-0 series of blowout. So yeah, I sure hope it does go to 3 matches as well. But we'll see what happens here. See if LN can come back and even up the score here as we will play DDR for race number 1.
They will get their track pick yet again for the 4th race in a row here. So we'll have to see
Interesting.
how Ellen takes the start.
So Fricks and Gemmo are POVs for this match. Starting off with Fricks' POV. Doesn't get the box at first set, but does take sand. Is going to maintain his position in 4 for the moment. Although someone does spin out. We saw
Evan hit
maybe
the
a
pokey.
pokey hit. Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, that's such a good pull from Fricks as he's going to have triple shrooms, and Alan's still holding the top spots, and he can just take Ultra in 4 here. Dakota's in 3, though, so we'll see if he can break into the tops.
Too, yeah. He might have passed him here, actually. It might be top 3. Barely. Now he's got to fight for 3rd with Dakota.
Dakota looks to be a bit laggy right now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Fricks can do Ultra if he wants to. I don't know if he's going to go for not. We'll see him not go for it. So he's going to opt to take the cut, playing a little safe right now.
That's still okay to do. Oh, but Maddie does back his own teammate there in Sneaky, and Ari does get up here into 2nd.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see at all. There is that cost for the moment the top 2 for Ellen. But Fricks will shroom up and get back into 2nd. Still has 1 more shroom to boot as well. So he could opt to hold this for the cut at the end if he's able to keep his shroom, barring any pals or shocks.
Speaking as we see, Eric is in 10th.
Sure. Yeah.
But Spade's going forward, and it doesn't look like he's cycling in 9, so there is a chance that Spade already has a in 9th.
He could, yeah. That's something to keep an eye on. We'll see.
Oh, Maddie hits a Nano in 1, but this could actually be okay if he lets Fricks ahead.
He needs to let Fricks past him.
And if we go over to our other POV, Jammo's taking the Ultra, but he failed it, actually. And he has to go around in 7th, and he pulls Blooper. And he hits the Pokey.
This is not a great 10 seconds of gameplay from either POV, I will say that much.
It does happen, though. And
it does.
Ellen still holds on to top 2 here. But the wall goes failed from the Fricks. This could be detrimental to their race, but it's actually just going to be Spade passing him. And there's a build coming out from Evan, and Evan gets in a 2nd.
So I guess they don't. Well, yeah. Shot comes in there. It is an LN shot because we did see Spade spin out there.
But it does seem like Dakota benefited a bit more due to being on the boost. But someone's taking the cut at the end. And but he hit the wall at Trambo. And Jammo's building up on the other POV. Can he salvage a spot? He does salvage 6th. So pretty neutral race.
Just to get Ellen into boxes there. Last set, I want to say.
It looked like it got Rambo into set, but I just think Rambo, I think he hit the wall on the right after he took the cut.
Yeah,
so.
He did something that cost him a spot there at the very end, as we saw. Yeah, him get past. But,
and
I mean,
it ended up being better for Dakota for the shock as well, because it did get him ahead of Fricks due to the momentum from the boost panel.
You're right. Well, it ends up being a 1-3-6-8 for VF, so they end up winning the race. Yeah, I don't know.
I think Evan may have also passed him due to shock because he was also on the boost panel. I think Maddie was shocked after the boost or after the, I guess, trick ramp. So
yeah, I mean, you did see him building up there towards the end of lap 3 to get him back up. So not sure how long he was holding that build for, but
probably quite a while since he was on the other POV. He was holding an item, but we just didn't know what it was. He wasn't ace for quite a bit of that race though, after dying early to the pokey.
Yeah, and I do think I want to touch on a little bit more. That play of Fricks not passing Maddie again into first, but I would have liked to see Maddie just slow down a little bit and let Fricks into 1 with the shroom, so he could have like dodged blue if it did come there. It seemed like he didn't. He could have done a little bit of a better job of doing that, I feel like.
I agree there. I think just having Fricks in 1 with a shroom is just too big to like not let that happen. But it's all right. It's race 1. VF is up 3, and they are picking Coconut Mall as they did last time, but they did not get a good race last time. And Delfino Square coming out for LN, which Fricks was able to run cleanly last time, and sort of a
it's gonna be CM,
weird scenario.
So see what happens here. Shakes out.
We'll
definitely see a couple runners probably go for Bill or try to get box in 10, see who our lowest position is, but we'll be starting off with Fricks in 4, so we're not gonna watch.
Probably be Sneaky and Jammo going for it.
Yeah, Jammo's just going to go ahead and not go for it. Fricks pulls red, instantly throws it onto Evan.
And Evan's dead because he pulled a fib, but Jammo's going to get up back into the top spots with triple shrooms, but he's just going to, or Jammo, he only has to use 1 though, and holds 2 shrooms in 1 play.
That's actually a good play, yeah, because he still has 2 shrooms.
Yeah. And with Dakota behind him, it's okay as well to do that.
And he played that ending really well also, so he didn't really lose much at any time, I feel like, just by not doing the full cut. So yeah, he's pretty much set if there is a blue, like unless Power Shock happens. So probably not much is going to be happening with Jammo. Fricks on the other PV has a shroom too in 3rd, so.
Yeah, it looked like Ari was in 3rd for a second, but he may have got hit out, and Ari's now in 4th, and we go over to Fricks' POV.
Probably just see Jamo taking cut here. Yeah, Fricks
Yeah,
as well.
Gemma takes cut in 1 and Fricks takes it in 3, and VF is
Dakota
still in
takes it
top
too.
2.
Yeah, everyone top 3 all taking cut there. So
Oh,
interesting to
barely
see that.
avoids the nano there. As Jamo
Indeed,
still is
yeah.
running with the Sherman 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you're LN, you have to be cycling for blues. I know Jamo has a Shroom, who knows? They probably know he has one more, but you still have to cycle for blues and try to get multiple here. Otherwise, I mean, VF's just gonna run in top 2 the rest of the race with like
And
not
there's
much interaction.
a chance that one of the baggers is either holding Bill or maybe Shock. Eric's at the back. Maybe he's just trying to prevent.
And
But
that
I don't know
POW
why he'd
does
be doing that.
lose a Shroom. So if LN can get
Oh.
blue, that would be huge from Fricks holds another Shroom. Yeah,
Fricks
both
is
baggers
gonna-
are sitting back there still, so not really sure what's happening with either one. You see
Yeah.
one of them spin
Green
out.
coming back, and Dakota's just trying to backspam his life here. And Gemmo does take the. Oh, Gemmo doesn't have his Sherm anymore due to the POW. I forgot
No,
about that.
no, yeah. But still
But-
no blue in sight, so not
Yeah.
really sure.
And that's what if a last second blue comes out and he's able to combo, but late,
they're
late shot
shocked.
coming out for L1, I think.
VF
Gemma's
shot,
gonna-
I believe.
Oh,
so
it was?
I believe so. I
Sneaky
mean,
comes up in a Mega, and Evan barely passes Fricks there, and they're gonna get 3-5, I think. 3-5.
yeah,
6.
I mean, he avoided the green there on the line, so really nice. Nice job from him.
Kind of the opposite of last where VF started out with losing races, but like very small losing races, and right now VF are in control of the match.
Yeah,
But
for
it's
sure.
only race 2.
Only 2 races, and I mean, it's still super close. So I mean, probably not worried too much if you're LN right now, at least, and you're just hoping you get this back on track and maybe get a winning race. Race 3 to even it up as VF's can extend their lead just a little bit, but still pretty manageable at the moment for LN. But you definitely want to keep this from snowballing too much because, I mean, you are like forced to win this match or else it's over for you. So definitely have to play with a little bit of urgency here if you're LN.
Yeah, and currently the saving grace end of wise is Ari for LN because Ari's only on 4 points right now, but of course that could change because it is a war after all. So your end ofs don't actually matter that much.
I mean, as long as you're making plays and helping your team out other ways, I mean, it's not too much of a deterrent if you're not scoring. It's just only if you're not doing anything and you're also like on 4 points, then that becomes a problem. So
Yeah,
as
but
long as you
I
keep
think it
making
just
plays.
probably created chaos that race for LN as it didn't really look like any of them were able to break into their tops as even if he's just in the bottom spot holding a dodge the whole time, that's still detrimental to LN as he's just holding a dodge and they can't get it anymore from them.
Right. Absolutely.
Classic TF pick coming out for VF with top 2-4 and Delfino Square for LN yet again. And it'll pick DS Delfino Square. This could actually still be okay for VF as their 1-4 could draft each other at the beginning of the race.
Yep, and then they also have a bottom spot they can go for Aether as well and contest LN. Since they're like in the lead, they can afford to sit for a little bit, like not too long,
Yeah.
and hopefully get that 8th place box.
Doesn't look like the draft will happen though. Sneaky's gonna actually get into first, I think, and Jammo's
Oh, he
no,
bumps
Sneaky
him
hit the
out.
wall.
Anyway, or yeah, hit the wall. Couldn't
Yeah.
pass him, so Jambo still holds on to 1 here. Good play from
Fricks
from
does get the
him.
Bucks 8, and it's
Oh,
Bill if we look over at the other POV.
Yeah, he has Bill.
And Jammo's just gonna be holding 1 as it looks like Spade may have also barreled actually without even knowing that. So Spade will be barreling in 10th right now, and
It's neck
VF
and neck
holding
with the
top 2.
baggers right now. We'll see who ends up getting probably going to be Spade, it looks like. So
yeah.
VF
Top
could
3 for
potentially
VF
pull
as
it off
well,
here.
so this could actually be quite bad for LN,
Yeah.
especially since Spade can't pull the bill, since Fricks is just
Absolutely.
holding it.
If you're Evan, you got to schlag here. That's
Oh,
what you're
yeah.
doing. You're going to try
And
to
with
do
the
it with
triple
greens.
greens, yeah.
You have to keep LN at bay here, and yeah, they're
And
just going to be
all
double
those
back.
nanos back, but he hits Evan actually, but that's
Oh,
still okay
man.
actually.
I see him backing a red as well. It doesn't connect. Let's still see still top 2 for VF with a little bit of a break and potentially Spade having shock. We're not really sure.
There is a
GCN.
chance he has it, but there's a chance Eric actually has in. I think Eric's just chaining in 9th right now.
He is. Yeah, he's trying to get it at 9 for his team.
Yeah,
He goes
and he may
back
have
now.
done so.
Yeah, doesn't back in
I-
kind of and loses only protection because of that as well. See if that ends up biting him in
I think
the butt or
Sneaky
not.
took the double, and gets into 3, but VF are top 2, 4, 5, and if Ellen does not get shocked, they're probably really screwed for this race.
I'm thinking maybe they do because Fricks is still holding on to the bill. I feel like if they didn't have, he probably would have used it by now to try to get up there for LN. Because I mean, you're not really doing much of anything just by holding it an 8 right now. But if you do have shock, then it could be good. Good
And
for him.
Jamo connects another back spam yet again, which even if he's been hitting his team a bit, his team has been able to recover into the tops. And
Yeah,
Ellen
LN
does have shock.
in. Yeah, Fricks
2
dodges.
dodgers. Yeah. One in a star, one in Bill. I think Rambo was the other dodger there. And Ari sort of died there.
We'll see what item he gets here. Oh, only a single red, and he gets bombed. So he's gonna get 8, unfortunately, for this.
Ellen's, even though getting shock, aren't gonna get that good of a race as VF will get 6, 7, but I think VF still got 1, and I think Jamo got 3rd. So
I think it
pretty
was
neutral
still a big
overall
race
still.
for VF by a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Fricks just, I mean, to him dodging didn't do too much in the end, unfortunately, because all his item was a single red in 7th, ends up getting bombed for it. So, I mean, respect the effort there, but it just didn't work out for them in the end.
I mean, quite frankly, on Delfino Square, Bill is one of the worst items you can have, because you can't take the shortcut.
Right, yeah.
So
Doesn't do you a whole lot of good, unless you're, like, right in the pack, and you use it to try to get into first. That's
but Maddie does get 1, actually. I did not notice that, so looks like
We
Ellen probably does win the race off that.
We couldn't really see the top spots that much in the end, so yeah, forgive us for not. We couldn't really see the whole ending, at least in the top. So it is a +3 for LN. Down by 15 after 3 races.
Yeah, and that's certainly recoverable. Because I feel like in the last match, from my memory, VF and LN were both down about 20 at times from each other in certain parts, but they both came back quite strongly to be within single digits both times.
Yeah.
And we're seeing RBC come out for LN and Casey for VF. And Casey's a very neutral check, but it's basically a determined offer set. And we're seeing Casey get picked.
Yes, indeed. See if LN can bring this back a little bit after 1 GP. Make this a little interesting.
They're only down 15 after race 3, so it's not even that bad. And it's going to really be, I think, off what these guys get at first set, because this track sort of works. If you pull a golden, you win the race, like straight up.
If you're Fricks, you gotta get a box there. If you're Fricks, I feel like he should have waited a little longer.
And Jamo has triple reds.
Yeah, I think that's a misplay in my opinion.
But he does spam 2 of the reds and they don't connect, but he does get sneaky there. But Ari's gonna shroom up into first as Ellen's gonna be 2-3 right now. And I think Evan's also coming up.
Back it and ends up connecting on Fricks.
And it's a 1-4-5 for VF currently.
Yeah, they're in the driver's seat right now. We'll see if maybe Bagger drops a star for either of these teams.
Yeah, if Spade can drop a star for their first, that would be quite big, but
don't know if that happened or not. Yeah.
Eric looks like he may have dropped a star, but pretty late. And Pal for Jamo, which could be he could T-Pal them maybe before they take Shroomba, or he could T-Pal them on the corner. And then if we go over to Fricks' POV real quick, we do see that Fricks is holding the bill yet again. Yeah. So
he's kind of far back though. So we'll see how long he holds this.
And on this track, you're only getting boxes in 9, so you're not going to be guaranteed to pull the shock.
No, I think pretty soon he's going to have to bill up. Like if they don't get shocked pretty soon, or else he's going to be out of the race.
If we go back to Jamo real quick, we do see that now he's in 6th place. And
he's going to bill up now, by the way. Fricks is.
Yes. And Ari's in 4th, and there seems to be a blue, I think I saw. Did I see that right? I think that wrong.
Maybe not. I didn't know. I didn't notice, to be honest. Didn't really get a good look.
Someone dropped a shroom, and Evan's taking the cut in 2, and I think Ari also took it in 4.
Rambo's in a mega. Let's see, it doesn't look like a shock is coming in.
It doesn't look like Ellen has it, as they are in 2 dodges right now. And Evan fails the shroom, and so does Jamo.
Jamo fails it also, and this red
is. Fricks shrooms up if we go over to his POV real quick.
Yeah, he's back in the race. I mean, Pack's still pretty close. If he gets a good item here, he could get a good spot.
Oh, and Jamo gets TC in 7th. But Sneaky dies on the right, and he gets a blue. Does he throw or does he hold?
He's holding for now. I think Ellen probably in 1st.
Yeah, probably Matty in first, I think. I haven't seen him this race.
So maybe
And yes, Matty is in
145
one.
for LN. Unless
Yes.
they're
Oh,
oh,
big
it's
back
back
spam
though.
coming out from 3. And
Yeah.
Jammo was able to pass the TC, I think. And does
Star
get the
drop
ground
really
sir.
gets it. Fricks misses the box again, so his race is over.
Someone
here.
in build once more, and it's gonna be Spade actually getting the bagger point. And yeah, it looked like yet again probably a pretty neutral race.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of unfortunate for Fricks there to have to hold blue, but I do ultimately think hitting that backspam was the biggest kill to his race, because if he was able to avoid the backspam, he probably could have chained blue last set and still maybe
Yeah, he
salvage
definitely
something
could have.
decent.
Probably would have gotten a mid spot still, I have to imagine.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
that
didn't
him getting
actually
back there
see how
over.
Jammo was able to pass the TC as well, but him passing the TC put him in a position to where he was not stuck in 8th. But very impressive stuff by Matty this GP, getting a 46-point GP and being the real carry for Ellen right now.
Yeah, so that's a +1 for LN, so they're down 14 after 1 GP. So yeah, basically an even race, neutral. So it's pretty close after 1 GP. I mean, no team has been running away with it. I mean, we've had mostly neutral races, even races with like one decent one from VF early on. So yeah, I mean, this is far from over. I would imagine this probably goes down to the wire if I had to guess the way that both teams are playing right now. But
And
I mean,
unlike last war, VF actually does have more front presence this time.
yeah. One thing I would like to see, yeah, I guess, is just a better job of hitting boxes, like from our
Yeah,
POVs. We've seen some crucial box misses from like
as we see
previous jam.
BC3 and RBC, and it's picking BC3, which, as I mentioned last time, whenever VF did pick this track is probably more important in D8 than it is in D1, since everyone in D1 can consistently make the cut, but if someone fails it in D8, it could just cost them the whole race right here.
We will have to see what happens here.
We
Yeah, if
will.
you're Fricks, you gotta go for Aether, I feel like, in my opinion. Wait, but he's gonna keep
He just
going.
no stops the box and it's triple reds.
Yeah,
I think
good touch
Dakota can make the
again.
ultra from what I remember as well if cut does get blocked. I think Jammo probably can as well, but they are top 2 right now. But Jammo does get hit out by
Top
Sneaky and
3.
comboed by Fricks.
Or VF's 1,
Yeah,
so
Ari
it's
is the one right now.
2-3 for LN. Cut does
Sneaky
get blocked.
hops on the ultra and Fricks unblocks the cut. If we go over to Jammo's POV real quick,
We see him taking cut here. Yeah.
he does make it as well. And Sneaky makes ultra though. That's a big play from Sneaky to put himself in the front. That's a very risky play to do in second, but it does work out.
We've
And
seen
shot
early
gets used by
shot comes
DF,
in.
but it dodges Maddie, and Evan also dodges. That's a very interesting shock.
Yeah, and a very early one. I don't know. I mean, it definitely wasn't spam. I mean, we saw 2 people dodging that, one from
Yeah,
each team. So I don't
it was
know. I don't
definitely
know how I feel about
Spade,
that.
but
I don't know how I
yeah,
feel
that
about
was a
the early
very.
side.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter as the pack's really close right now as well. And blue does
Blue
come
comes
out.
in.
Evan with the TC pool though, which is quite bad.
And JMO has
He is able
PAL
to flag a
too.
bit.
So he could maybe PAL if they or Ellen if they try to go up. But he's
I think
gonna
Ellen's
use it
trying to
right
block the
here.
cut because I think they are most tops right now. Ari is cut is
Cut
blocked
does
with
get
a
blocked.
fib. We'll see if
And
they
JMO
unlock. He does not.
So far, it's just gonna stay blocked. JMO's gonna use the Mega and try to hit LN, but it doesn't look like he gets him just yet.
Fricks gets
Yeah,
by
watch out
him,
for
and he has
Phoenix,
2
though.
shrooms. And Gemma only with a green shell, so he's gonna have to snipe him. And he does, and Fricks is off the track because of that.
He pulls
And
another
Sneaky
Mega.
has a TC.
That's crazy. Yeah, so he's safe from that TC. So still
Gemma
is
getting perfect items right now.
yeah.
This is him with the fib though, so Ellen are still, I believe, 1-4, and I think Ari
Yeah.
and Gemma are 2-3. And he hits
Oh!
the nano to the back green.
Yeah. Rough stuff right there. You see Fricks with the golden and 7.
And Gemma has a POW in 6 ahead of him, so it could be he could try to drop POW maybe. He does not off to do that.
I think I would. Yeah, if I were Jam, I'll probably not a bad idea to drop him, but yeah, he's just gonna.
Oh,
It
and the
doesn't matter
shot
now.
comes
He's not
out.
gonna win. Yeah.
And we'll see if anyone. Fricks, I think, has to go for Ultra or Shiromos, and he does. We'll see if he makes it. Sneaky contesting him, though, and he's going to fail it because of that. If we go over to Jammo's POV real quick, he does pull up the triple reds.
On Ultra. Yeah, I don't know what that was right there, but.
Just desperation, I think. And Ellen are bottom 3 right now, and this is not what you want to see if you are.
No. And Jammo pulls a bomb, too, just at insult to injury there at the end. A very good race.
It's going to be a massive race from VF, as I think it's a 2-5 at the very least. I think Matty did hold on to 1, but
still 2, 3, 4, 5 is really huge for VF when they already have the lead.
That race
Yeah,
was
I
actually
don't
like
know.
quite strange because a lot of people didn't take the normal shortcut, and Sneaky made the ultra lap one, but that ultra didn't seem to really matter.
Yeah, I just think Sneaky probably would have probably should have just let Fricks go for it right there, ult right there, see if he could make it and make something happen.
Yeah,
But they end up just griefing each other on the cut, which is just
it's,
guaranteed them bottom spots.
especially since Shiramos was open. I think one of them should have went for Shiramos there, and one of them just go for ultra because
Yeah,
ultimately contesting Fricks on the shortcut just ended up bumping off Fricks, and then Sneaky failed it as well, and it doesn't work out for either of them. And it's not like Fricks was in a good spot anyways. He was probably only at max getting maybe fifth there if he made ultra. So, but you're
so
still
they're
playing
down.
to salvage. Every point matters.
Yeah, down 25 because of that now, having to play catch up. They're 5. Not a great spot. Not a spot that you want to be in if you're LN here.
Matty is ultimately being the difference maker for Allen right now. If Matty was not doing as well as he is, they would be down so much more. But he is
Yeah.
holding the team together. And MC3 and Waluigi Stadium, one of the most technical tracks in the game versus one of the most basic tracks in the game. Although the
Yeah, you're
triple
really
soft drift
hoping
is kind of hard.
really hoping you can get this track pick here if you're LN. Hopefully you can make something happen because it's gonna be tough for them. Definitely, if Stadium gets picked, and it's exactly what happens.
This is not what I see. This is not what you want to see if you are on the side of LN.
No, not at all.
Especially since all the boxes will more than likely get taken, and I think you can only afford to have maybe one person stop, if that.
Yeah, I mean at best. I mean you guys have to get up there and try to contest the top spots. We see Jamo getting a 5th place box as single
And it is a
shroom.
shroom.
That's gonna do just fine for him. So you can just take
Ari
cut
is
here.
bumped out, and Dakota's also bumped out. I think he hit the fire actually, and it's just gonna be 2-3 right now. But Jamo is
Jamo
gonna get
take
into
over
one here.
with cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matty will have
Oh,
to try to either back Evan or snipe out Jamo. If we go over to
that works
Frick's POV,
nicely,
he is
yeah.
goldening up right now, and Evan does end up dying, and it's gonna be 2-3-4 for LN.
Yeah, so they do a nice job recovering and getting in the
and
top
Jamo
spot.
gets killed by Matty because he drove the section poorly.
So now it's 1-3 for LN. 1-3-4 maybe. Or just 1-3.
Just
Yeah,
1-3.
Dakota's in 4.
But we do
And
see
Frick's
Eric
in 2.
is barely 10th, I think, and he could have the shock as he stopped going, but he wasn't a star, so he may just avoided to not get pen. And Spade does lose the bill right now, and I think Eric does have the shock. So that is important to keep in mind if you are on the side of VF, because this is one of the worst tracks to get target shocked on in the game. The respawn point is horrible, but it looks like they're only going to be playing for one shock.
So yeah, they might just wait to do it lap 3 potentially.
And Jamo does have triple reds right now, and he does opt to try to slag Fricks, and Fricks is just going to go to a complete stop.
Yeah. I don't mind that at all. I mean, him there, it's a lose situation. You either stop or you get redded by Jamo. So tries to get a better block because of it.
1-4-5-6 right now, but VF are bottom 2, so even though they do have the shock, LN does, that is, even if shock does happen, it could be more beneficial to VF as they are probably holding one of the dodges, as we do see someone in star right now.
I mean, if they don't use an unpredictable one, I mean, VF knows where the shock's going to come in, right? So if they just have dodges, they're just going to hold all the way to the end. But so it might have benefited LN to do an unpredictable shock, but I just don't think they have any dodges.
I just don't think they have dodges. Yeah, I don't think you can.
They don't. So, I mean, we're going to see the TS coming in.
And if we go over to Jamo's POV, we are awaiting the TS. Someone in Mega, and shock does happen.
Yeah, it's Rambo.
Rambo dodges up. Dakota gets TS, and I think it's going to be... I think Jamo still gets second. No, I think Rambo got second on the line, and looks like top 2-4. Exactly what you need if you're LN right here.
Yeah, it really is. Especially on a track where you didn't get the track pick. Like, this was VF's pick, so this could have gone very poorly for them, but they played the beginning very well and got into the top spots early on to contest VF, which is exactly what you needed to do if you were LN.
They did. VF ended up actually looked like Ari got bumped into the off-road, I think, and then I think Dakota hit the fire at the beginning, which is not what you want if you are
top
VF.
2-4-7 for LN. So
Matty
they're right back in this war now.
Right now.
76 really
after 6, I think. Yeah, 76 after 6.
Yeah, I mean, Matty's not playing around.
He wants to win. He's trying to get his team that Division 8 banner.
Well, because of that, they're only down by 8 now due to that race. So it's literally anyone's game once again. I mean, we see one team trying to pull away, but the other team just punches right back and doesn't let them break away.
Yeah, you can never count out either of these teams currently. And we're going to see TF and MC3 in Gardens.
Yeah, they're in good TF spots. I mean, 4th can try draft 1 at the beginning, and 7th just tries to get Bill. Goes for 10th.
And
it's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
see. And VF did get top 3 in the first match on this track. That race was quite weird, as a lot of people did not stream up during that whole race. So we're gonna have to see if this time the tides have changed and people will stream up this time.
Well, let's see if Fricks can maybe draft first here, but get a little
First
bit of a
does get a
lag
lag start, but he still may
Might
be
have
able
to.
to.
And he's gonna
He just
wisely
lost the
drop
bag.
here.
Yeah, and
Let's see
2 of LN
what LN
dropping,
does.
and he's just gonna be hard sitting for the box 8, but Ari with the triple reds, he may just
Yeah.
come back. Yeah. If we go over to Jamo's POV.
Switch to Jammo for now.
Yeah, Jamo does hit a back spam out, and he's super dead. But
Both are
Ari and Fricks are
POVs,
kind
he's
of out
gonna
of the
do it
race
back
as a
here.
current.
Yeah. And we see
Uh,
Jammo pulling a blue. Yeah, so not much is gonna happen for now. I mean, Jammo's still in the pack, but meanwhile, Fricks is just trying his best to catch up. Oh, he pulls
Looks like
blue in
Eric's
7.
barely 10th as well right now.
I
Well,
think
even
Fricks
though
is gonna
Ellen
be
does
forced
have
to
blue,
hold
it's
this.
gonna be so long that even if they throw blue, they can see it and they can probably drop out.
I mean, I think Ellen's won, so Fricks is just forced to hold, and we get an ad.
And we get a Jamo ad, so we're just gonna have to be watching blue holding POV
Right.
for
Yeah,
now.
Fricks
But
just has to hold this, and
VF
he's
is
pretty
in
much out of the
10th.
race.
And
Yeah.
just going off the fact that he's not throwing it, we would assume that Ellen is in first. It looks like Maddie is on Battle Glitch. And Spade is in 10th still, so we're going to have to see if he drops Bill to the dogs, and he does, and that's going to put Eric back in 10th. And Ari's streaming up, so he's going to try to reclaim some mid spots right here. Maybe he can get into 6th if he's lucky, but...
Well, for Ellen's POV, they gotta hope that they're up there to support Maddie, because Fricks is, like, gone 8, pretty much.
We do
He's
see
gonna be getting a box
Sneaky
spot.
in 6, so it's going to be up to Rambo, really, to support Maddie in the front.
Yeah. I mean, he's still won. I mean, Fricks is holding this still. And it looks like he has a decent lead. We'll see if there are any cut takers there or not.
No one
So
in
he's
2,
gonna
no one
keep
in
first.
3. 4 goes for it, and
He hit
Maddie
something
hit
at
something
1,
in
though.
first.
He's still first for now, even though it's a lot closer.
And Eric's
Yeah.
just chaining in 9th. I don't think he has it, and it may be worth to make a blue play if you are LN, but it is from so far deep that it wouldn't be effective for Frix's race, so I think you just have to hold it
It's
at
not,
this point now.
yeah, it's just not gonna
Yeah.
do any good for him. He just needs to eat this and take 8. Shot comes in. No one dodges. It's just
Shotgun
a shot
is set for VF.
So we'll see what we can't really see what on because Jamo's still on an ad break, by the way. So unfortunately for you guys,
Oh, but it looks
this race
like
is not
Ellen is going to be
entertaining at all.
bottom 2 with Rambo dying. It looks like Evan may be in 6, as we do finally see at the end. Sneaky maybe got 2nd, actually, which could be a top 2 for Ellen.
Well, that would be huge for them if they do indeed get top
It's either
2.
1-3 or it could have been 4th, but I think it was either 1-3 or top 2 for Ellen, which would be huge for them. I think Maddie was able to hold on to first, and
think
it looked like
so.
VF got all the mids.
Hopefully for Ellen's sake, yeah.
Another good run by Maddie. He's just constantly been in first and not getting hit out, which is exactly what you need if you are on the side of Ellen. You do want a strong runner up in the front, because it is easier to win in the front than in the back.
Yeah,
And
they get
yeah, they
top
do get
2.
top 2.
Top 2, bottom 2, so that's a +3 race for LN as Eric got 10, which I mean you'll take. Just take another winning race. Especially
you
since
certainly
Frick
will.
had the whole blue the whole time. So he's pretty much gone last.
And also, basically, they were basically forfeited into getting 8th that race, and they also didn't get shocked. So getting a top 2 off that is very, very good salvage, because most of the time on Gardens, if you are one of your runners is gone in the bottom spot and one of you is you don't get shotgun gardens, usually you lose the race, and that's what we saw last year with VF pulling shotgun Gardens. But and Ellen lost the race by quite a lot, but this time they were able to turn things around. As
Dude,
we're
I
gonna see
Maddie's
Volcano
on
and
91
Goldmine.
after 7. Just take a second to look at that.
Yeah,
Almost
he's
on
actually
100.
on pace for the perfect GP, dare I say, but that could be the caster's curse.
I
right
don't
here.
want to jinx it or say that, but I'm just saying he's on 91 after 7, like almost on 100
is.
after GPs, which is just insane. Anything like that, and his team's still losing. I mean, after very long, but he is putting in the work. Like I've been very
He
impressed by
is.
Maddie.
Maddie's been one of those players where when I feel like when I've played with him, he's only been like a mid-spot player, but he is showing that he does have his worth in the front, which I think is very important right now. And Frix is going to try to get a mid-spot box as it is.
Yeah,
Thermal
he does
Volcano
get
VF's pick
Aether.
once again.
Gets the stars,
Yeah,
but he's gonna
Evan
get another
sits
one.
to 8, and he's going to try to stop star him, but Evan forced him to star. As he does have triple streams, perfect pull.
Yeah, maybe try to get a Bill or something, but he's just gonna try to do rock with that. Meanwhile, Jammo has triple nanas in a second. Maddie's still in 1. And he gets the
and
pack
he
onto
does get
Jammo.
bagged.
Nice
Maddie
job.
showing his worth yet again.
Fricks can make cut
Rambo
here.
taking the rock, and I think Rambo made it, and Evan made it, but Ari failed it. So,
Oh, and more
big
triple
triple
for
shroom
Fricks
pull.
and Turd, by the way.
Dakota also made it, but he does get past the TC. Did he pass it
This
off?
is really bad. Yep.
He's able to pass it off to Evan, and Evan could have more shrooms, I think. Yeah, that's a big pass, and they're 2-3-4 right now.
He gets another shroom. Third
Eric
shroom
also
in a
in
row.
10. They could opt to maybe go for
he
2 shocks here, but
He uses a shroom though. And
yeah,
just
because of the back
performing.
spam. And it doesn't look like Eric has it yet, as he is respawning right now. And Spade's now back with
In the moment it's
Eric.
2-3 LN. We'll see Jamo going for rock.
Ari fails the rock yet again, and Jamo also fails the rock.
Jamo's off. Gets the respawn though, so it's not all bad. But yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big miss from them.
And
Fricks another shroom.
Fricks has shroom in 4 right now, and Dakota's still in 1. Oh, Ari actually made it. I did not see that correctly.
It's top 2 for VF now.
Yes, and a blue shell from Jamo, he's gonna just hold it the whole time. So it's gonna really be up to Evan to like get into maybe top 3. Frick's hitting the backspin there. He does need to pull a shroom if he's trying to take the respawn, and I think maybe Spade has the shock as well.
It's looking like he does. See a bunch of cut takers.
Everyone from LN takes the shortcut, and Evan, and we'll have to see if it comes. Shock does come out, and looks like maybe a shock right onto Evan.
See what happens. See if Fricks can pass Evan here at the end.
He does have a go. Oh,
no, he's not gonna pass him. But yeah, that's top 2 for VF. I believe they secured that.
Was that really a VF shock? Like, I think it was, but
I mean,
that
they like
must have been
shocked
a VF
everyone
shock.
out of the cut, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't even think anyone dodged.
No one. I just don't get the point of calling that shock, to be honest.
Yeah, there really was no
I
need.
Yeah,
being
maybe
real
Evan
there.
was trying to get himself. I think he was the last one in respawn, so maybe he's trying to get himself in respawn. I could be
Yeah, I
wrong on
mean,
that though. That's what it looks like to me, maybe.
regardless, that's a pretty good race for VF. Not huge, but they end up with top
Well,
2,
it's what they
6,
need
8,
since
9.
they're already up right now. So top 2, 6, 8.
Before that race, they were only up by 5, and yeah, the perfect GP for Maddie unfortunately ended there. But
My
I mean,
bad,
still
Maddie.
on 97. Still on 97 after 8 races. He's doing really good, and I mean, Ellen's still only down by 12, so they're still in it.
Yeah.
That's only a +7 race for VF. Not too bad, but yeah, we'll see what
Ellen
they
was
could
down,
on GP3.
I believe, 23 into the last GP last time, and they were able to cut it down to only 3 points. They did end up losing, but that's just due to a top 3 on TF. So they are capable of coming back.
Oh yeah, they 100% are. I mean, this is anyone's match here. It's just a matter of who wants it more into GP3 and who can execute the smaller plays, really.
Yeah, and I think it's quite more impressive on the side of LN, as they are in unfortunate circumstances, as they don't have Dunks playing, and also Roshi, who was their secondary backer for most of the season, also couldn't play. So it's just quite unfortunate for them.
Yeah. Sometimes you
I've
just gotta
actually-
make do with that, though, when
I
in
think
finals,
bagger
man, I have your best hand.
points are wrong on table, so I think they're only down 10 actually.
Okay.
So still, it's gonna be very close here. And
We'll
it's
see
gonna pick
Mushroom Gorge coming in. So another luck track. See what happens. Both our POVs starting in the bottom 2 spots. So we'll probably see him sitting at first set. Okay. Yep. Fricks gets box. Gets a golden. Good item from him. Just hold this to do the gap.
Quite frankly, I hate this track online because I think it's kind of plays a bit poorly.
I hate it. Oh, so it's one of my least favorite tracks. I'm just gonna say that much. I mean, the hate for Mushroom Gorge for me is real. But he has Fricks sneaks his golden into third. So
both POVs with golden, and it looks like both the backers barrel there. So maybe
Oh,
someone
dude,
is holding the
off.
bill, and Fricks is off.
that is really, really bad for Ellen. That's a very, very costly error, and he is gone 8 now, just like that. And meanwhile, Jamo's gonna take gap, and
That's a very clean jump at that, very tight, and VF already
about to
putting
do the
themselves
big
into
track.
more front spots than they need.
they're top 3. And if Fricks
They're
wasn't
top 3,
off there, he
5,
could have
top
won.
4.
Instead of it being top 3 for VF, that could have been like a 1-4, 1-5 for Ella, and just
Yeah,
I mean, it's so costly.
and Ari can slag, and it looks like Spade is running forward on the mini map. And I think Spade would have the shock then. Fricks is holding the bill right
Ew.
now.
He's
He
just
just
gonna
has to
use
use
it
it,
wisely,
though.
so
Yeah,
there's no reason to hold this from him, especially with Spade as shock.
yeah.
Ari's
Spade
in a
definitely
mega.
has it. Ari's in a mega, but they won't call here. Ari's job is just to really like slow down the other runners here. And
see
Jammo
Junk
with the
assuming
Schumann
second.
too. Matty streaming up though. He is gonna get himself into the top spots. This is exactly what you need if you are LN, but I don't know if he has more
We have
streams to
2
take the
through 4.
gap.
And if he does go for Yap, I mean,
Oh,
would
he
they
bumps
just
Evan
stretch
out.
Jammo's right behind him with the Shroom. I mean, I'm guessing they're just gonna hold this shock and let
I think
Jammo
Matty
take
has
the
a
cut.
Shroom though. Oh no, he doesn't. He has a green.
Yeah, he doesn't have Shroom, so Jammo should pass him here. Maybe they
Can he
call
get a
shock right as
backspin?
he lands from gap.
I would assume so, or maybe when Dakota lands. Oh, and
It's
Evan
top
pulls a
2.
Shroom, lucky Shroom, and they get
Yeah.
top 2.
Evan took gap,
And
top 2 for VF. They're
yeah,
just gonna
that's
hold this shock.
kind of why I dislike this track online is that if you don't pull the shock, and this track's like very RNG heavy, I feel like,
Yeah.
in terms of shock, where it's just you can either barrel sometimes and get lucky, or sometimes you don't barrel and the other bagger does, and then they're just perma 10 and they insta pull, which looks like that's
Right.
exactly what happened this time with Spade. So this is not what you want to see for LN, as they are gonna lose the race by quite a bit here. Their high spot being third with Maddie, Frick's getting fifth, Rambo and Sneaky bottom 2 though. And yeah, as Jammo really stepped it up from match 1, because Jammo in the early parts of match 1, I think was only like 17 after 6 or something like that. It was not playing very well at all, but he's really showed his strength here in this second match.
For sure. And it's just,
On
I
the
mean, it's just those type
contrary,
of plays that can be so costly when it's coming out like that. Because just like that, VF's now up by 31 after 9, which I mean, that's
yeah.
just a huge difference there.
And on the contrary, Fricks, who was playing pretty decent match 1, is now not playing the best, and that's very costly for his team, as he went from being their highest scorer to now the lowest scorer as a whole, and they are bottom 3 overall. And if you look at indivs, so which of course indivs don't matter, but I think that is kind of an indicator of who has been in the front more often in the score. As I feel like a lot of the races have been basically just Maddie versus VF compared to last where it felt like it was more evenly split. And right now we're gonna see Rainbow Road and Love Tracks coming out from LN, and it does pick GC and Mario, and this is exactly what you need. This is, I think, the make or break race of the war.
You have to get a good race if you're LN here, if you want to even have a chance of coming back. You gotta get at least top 2 or top 3, in my opinion. It's gonna be important to see
Yeah.
what they pull at first set. Fricks gets bumped to sent to a lower spot, goes for the 6th placer and gets a single red, and Jammo pulls Fib in 1, but he has VF to support him for now.
Yeah, and Yama's POV is slightly laggy, but it's okay still. And Rambo does take the cut with the TC, but he doesn't pass it off.
Good
And
evasion from Jammo.
it was, and Maddie's back in the front. Oh, but he got wheelie bumped by
Bumps him
Jammo.
out. Jammo's putting in the work lap 1. I'm just gonna say he's made a couple of good plays.
Jammo's being a demon up in the front. Holding on to 1 on a
Fades
track
of
that
1
has
by
a
a little,
huge
or
short
10
shroom
by a little
shortcut.
bit too.
He is.
So.
Fricks does have a shroom in 5th on the other POV, and Maddie is gonna have to try to take cut if he wants. Oh, and he gets back to him before cut, and Ari has a mega, and now they're top 3. And
What
it
a
looks like
mega
Evan's
pull
taking the
from
cut. That was
Yeah,
such a
huge
great mega.
Yeah, really nice from him.
Looks like Spade is still in 10th. He may already have the shock as well.
Probably has
Yeah, Spade is
shock,
going forward.
yeah.
He's not losing it to the
And
dog,
Evan
which
would
would
pull a dodge
indicate that.
in the back here. Potentially
Yeah.
to see Maddie exhausting one there.
Ari with the backspam, but it does not connect onto Maddie, but VF have put themselves in a good spot. Rambo's the only one up there for them, and they're gonna have to make some big plays, really. And Maddie getting hit by a backspam yet again. Evan in a dodge right now. He could just end the war right now by calling shock, and they have
They're
to
just
hold
gonna
it,
hold.
which I think
mean,
is
they're
okay.
top spots, yeah.
Yeah, they don't
really no
need to
reason
call it.
call
They are
shock.
bottom 4 right now for LN, and this could be curtains on the match.
Yeah, I mean, pass close, but if they don't make anything happen here, it's just probably gonna be over. I think.
Yeah,
we see
Ari
them in.
sort of dying, but that's it. And I think the match
I think that's pretty much
is
wraps.
pretty
Yeah.
much wrapped. Yeah,
If
they're
they
gonna
didn't
need.
get top 4, they got like top 3-5 at the very least.
Yeah, they got top 3-5 for VF. So LN is gonna have to have 2 really amazing races to even be in contention. And even with 2 great races, they still may not be able to gain enough points in time,
Yeah.
as they were
for
down to
sure.
top 4 going into that GP. So they may even have to all run, I think.
I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, we'll see the score. It hasn't updated yet, but
I
it's
don't actually
extremely
quite
dire.
remember the GSC rules, but I think you can all run now if you're on the side of Ellen, and I think they will have to do that since
They're down 54 with 2 left.
yeah,
So
they need like a top. Well, they could
it's
technically win
still
with 2
win.
top 4s.
It's still it's still they don't need to all run just yet. If they get top
Yeah.
4 or 9 here, they would only be down by like 20 something.
And I don't think they're allowed to all run yet because of that.
No, yeah, they're not down by enough. But they don't need to this race to all run anyway. They just need to try to get top 4, pretty much.
Even if they don't get top 4, if they get top 3 and then like a mid spot, they can all run the final race and try to throw a Hail
They need, like-
Mary. But
They need like top 3-5 or top 3-6 at the very least, and 9.
and we can see off Ellen's picks that they are in a time of desperation, picking Raceway and Mario Circuit and Moo Moo Meadows.
Moo Moo Meadows. All right, let's get it. Let's see what happens here. I mean, crazier things have happened, especially on luck tracks
Exactly.
like these.
Moo Moo
Just be the
Meadows
race to
is
do it
one
if
of the
you're Ellen.
strangest tracks in this game, and this track can cause quite a few miracles to happen as well.
I mean,
so.
they're gonna need shock. I feel like they're gonna need Eric to clutch up and pull shock for them.
Yeah, Eric has to go
Frick's
gambling and get
optimal item
lucky.
list.
Missing the
Missing
first
Jam
item set for
triple red.
Fricks is quite huge. And Jam was gonna pull out the triple greens on Fricks and kill him already. And
He
then
gets
Evan's
red
gonna green
again.
him. Ellen's already back in bottom too, but we do see Eric in 10th.
Which is huge for them, and keep that in mind. And we don't see Fricks pulling a dodge, but gets a golden, so this is gonna help him get back in the race. If Sneaky
But
could pull a
Ellen
dodge,
is bottom 3,
potentially.
Sneaky and Star right now.
It's really only Rambo up there for them. Is Frick's gonna get
Yeah.
redded by Jammo yet again?
And I think even if they get shocked, they have to call it early, if
Look how
anything.
split this pack is, by the way. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, and Jammo is gonna die in the off-road, but I think if Ellen has shock, they have to call it now while Maddie's in a star, and they won't, so they don't have it yet, is what that would indicate to me. As VF is just in top 2 gone.
Yeah, they're top 2 gone. This is almost GG's. Yeah, if they don't do something here lap 3. I mean, just with how split this pack is, it's
They need a
almost
blue,
over.
and they need a shock, and they need a dodge.
I mean, Fritz needs to pull like a mega or something here. He gets triple shrooms. That's really not gonna.
Not gonna be
Do it for
enough.
them.
Could have got a -20 there, but oh well, it's not in the
See if he
line.
pulls
So
blue. Pulls a mega.
And
They
a
got
mega.
spam talk or something here, which doesn't seem like it's gonna be coming in.
and Eric doesn't have it, so
Yeah,
yeah,
that's GG's.
it's curtains on this match with the blue coming out on the line, connecting on 2 of Ellen members, and Evan's actually gonna get 4th off that as well.
Just add insult to injury. Yeah.
That's quite
That's-
unfortunate, but Ellen did hold on quite strongly for most of that match, and they showed good resilience for the last 2 matches, I feel like.
Yeah, they did. They gave it their all and tried put up a best of a fight they could against VF, but in the end,
and,
VF was just too strong to.
It looked like
for
VF
them.
also had a -10 penalty coming out as well onto LN, so
Mm.
as Evan did get bumped into a banana peel on RMC, so I don't even know if they could have won unless they all ran, so yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean,
quite
VF
unfortunate
did
way
a really
to
good
end.
job of being up there in the front, really, most of the time, and also used their shocks really well. Spade got quite a few shocks for
Spade
them.
did get quite a
They
few
did
shots. He
good.
was quite a good difference maker that war.
Yeah,
Spade and like both the wars got quite a bit of bagger points and quite a bit of shocks.
which I'm not surprised. I mean, Spade has like a lot of experience in bagging, and he's bagged in high div before in years past, so he's definitely no stranger when it comes to bagging.
Yeah, and
does
Spade
quite a
does
good
have all
job.
that experience under him, being a veteran of this game, been playing since 2010.
Exactly. Yeah. Which I mean really helps VF, like not just in the bagging, but also like in the leadership, and also kind of
Yeah.
helping keep the mentality in call. I feel like because I mean Spade's a really chill guy, and I mean he likes to have fun, like keep the vibes high. So I'm sure that does a lot of good for VF as well.
Yeah, and even under these high pressure situations, Spade has been in them before, so it's not
Right.
really too much of a sweat for him compared to maybe other players who haven't been playing the game as long. Eric's also quite experienced as a player, but I don't think he's as experienced as a bagger. But he's been playing this game for about a decade as well, I think. So
Oh yeah.
both the baggers having the most experience on the teams, but it does look like VF is just gonna take it home, and we're gonna have a fun little raceway race to end off
Yes.
this match.
Oh.
As everyone's dying to the bombs. Both POVs ran into the bomb. That was really funny. Because on Jammo's POV he hit it, and then on Frix's POV, Frix hit it. So, and Jam was trying to slag with the mega. Someone in a star. I think that was Eric. I think Eric just doesn't really care. And maybe the stops are coming out. Oh, they miss each other. These POVs are such a mess right now. As Evan's saying,
Yeah, they're just having fun here at the end.
yeah, it is just a race of victory. Oh, and
Fricks
means a
with a nice
stop
mega.
star. Yeah, and looked like maybe Eric had the shock if Fricks just didn't try to avoid Eric there, or the bill. Sorry. But maybe it was just lag, as we do see Spade billing on the mini map.
Yeah. Nice
As
little roll from
Fricks does get a
Fricks.
golden.
Help him get back into the pack.
Oh, Jamo does get the Fabled Thundercloud item. And that's going to be... But he does pass it off. So it's not actually that detrimental to himself. But Ari gets it. And looks like Dakota is in one yet again. And,
Yeah.
I do want to mention, Dakota did a very good job in both the wars. He's a bit of a newer player, I would say. Probably been playing this game since, I would say, probably 2023 from my memory. And he's been showing his work quite a bit in Lounge and also quite a bit just in Wars. And something I was very interested in today was how VF was going to do mentally, because I do know that quite a bit of their lineup can tilt at times, but they were able to keep it together, and I think that was ultimately what gave them this win.
Yeah, for sure. See a late shot coming in. Maddie dodges. We see
Ari pulls a mega.
Mega.
Dakota getting blued, and looks like Maddie's going to get one for the Fabled 130 for him. And
nice, good for him.
Yeah, it's a great performance from Maddie. Unfortunately, does not matter because they don't win the war. But you gotta respect Maddie for pulling up such a performance, even when his team wasn't doing the best.
I mean, it definitely wasn't his fault. I'll say I'll say that much. Through no fault of his own. He did everything he could for his team and really show it up today. It just makes me think that like LeBron meme of no help.
Maddie did a great job. I feel like that war especially, he stepped it up a lot from the first war. So
for sure.
Have to give his praises to that. And Jamo also stepped it up a lot, I feel like. Scoring 102 that match as well. And he overall just playing better, making less mistakes. The first war, he was kind of a mess. So yeah, just have to give our respect to these players for pulling off such a great match. Great matches, honestly. And
Jamo is demanding that interview. Yeah, so we'll definitely be interviewing them in a second here, so you can hear from the VF squad on their win. But yeah, they did really well. I mean, as we mentioned in the beginning on the graphics, them finishing first overall with 25 points in AIM-2, they had a really strong season and followed that up with a nice commanding 2-0 finals win also. So I mean, they were the powerhouse at D8 this season, and I mean, you can see why their performance with like the strength of their runners, like the points, like a couple of them putting up 100 plus here in the second match. I mean, they're a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. And I'm sure they'll be bringing it back maybe next season, I would imagine. And
I would assume so. And it's just very like cool to see a team that was started, I think, probably in May of last year. I think is when VF was founded. Already won a banner and a div like D8, since it's not even bottom div at this point. Or at this, I think they also won a banner last season, if I remember correctly. I'll have to double check that actually.
Yeah.
They won CTC. Okay, well, same difference.
Yeah, it's still a banner, no less.
It is.
So,
they have two CTC banners, and now they get their first GSC banner to go along with that.
Yep. Now they got both CTs and RTs in the books.
Only a few teams have done that, so that is impressive.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be bringing the guys in a second. I see one of them in the waiting room, but yeah, I mean, I hope you all enjoyed watching this for sure, and definitely stick around for the interview, and hope you enjoyed the gameplay from both POVs on the Saturday afternoon, and we should be getting them in here.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching this match, and I hope this match did live up to expectations of D8 finals. It isn't the highest div, but I think even despite that, it's still finals. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, still some really good performances too. So, got that. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the call.
Yo, what's up?
Hi, Jamo.
Hi, Kaden.
Hi, Kaden.
Hi, Evan. Hi, Spade.
Yo.
Yeah. First, congrats, guys. Congrats, guys, on your win. I mean, how are you guys feeling right now?
Pretty good.
Dude, we felt really good. Match 1 was really scary. That was very freaking competitive. Mental did sway a little bit there, but we definitely got it together and got it done.
Yeah, it was quite impressive how you guys actually brought it back that much. Especially since it did look like at the start you were making quite a bit of mistakes yourself, Jamma.
Oh my
and
gosh.
especially to see into match 2, it was quite good to see that you started to clear up the mistakes.
Heck yeah, bro.
Was there any doubt in winning these matches, do you think? Or do you guys
No.
think you were going to win them?
No, I think we were very confident we were gonna win from the start. I feel like we just have that cohesive mental, and we're such a good friend group. It just always works for us. I don't know if LN is super tight knit or if they just play for GSC, but all of us hang out all the time, so the chemistry is very strong. So we there was no doubt.
It's good to hear. That's good to hear.
For sure. For sure. I mean, we could definitely tell on the racetrack too, especially like in the second match. I mean, it was close, for a good chunk of the war, but in the end, we saw you guys pull away. What kind of drove that, or was it just like you guys play a little better, just kind of keeping calm in the call?
I feel like comms were really calm overall. In match 2, match 1, we were a little bit tilted and nervous, right? Also, if you want to drag wars, you can. But match 2, we were really we don't have our back against the wall, considering we won match 1. It's all on them, so we felt a lot less pressure, and I feel like that really contributed to our win.
I think me farming a lot of pins also helped a bit.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
you
got
did get
6
2 pins.
pins. No, we
Oh,
got
wow.
I got 2 each match.
4. Yeah, 2 in each match.
Damn.
I think match 1, some of the players on the team weren't as warm, and by match 2, everybody was warm. So it just,
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I do also want to say that I feel like Spade did quite a good job in the bagging department as well. When a lot of races could have gone quite detrimental if he didn't get the shock. So that was very good on your end, Spade.
He did a
yeah,
great job.
thank you.
All season, he was great to play with. I know he's banned, but shout out Striker. He did a great job, contributed to some wins, and I don't want that to go unknown. He did a great job this season as well.
Yeah, congratulations on your first RT banner. I know you guys have 2 CTC banners, but congrats on the RT one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I
will
guess
be
I'll also
back.
ask, did you guys practice a lot before finals, or prepare, or what did you guys do to get ready just for D8 finals, after finishing first overall 2 in the standings with that
I
25?
don't think any of us touched RTs except
played all
for
for a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
wow.
haven't played for a week either. I've been focused on CT since that season's coming up. We were really confident going into this. Match 1, I literally got out of work after a 10-hour shift, so I was very not warmed up, and I was playing very recklessly, but I found my footing match 2, as I always do. So
Fair, yeah. And you guys did say you were running it back for
Oh,
next season?
100%. Definitely a
Nice.
little bit of a different lineup. I think Evan is definitely gonna dabble between CY and VF for
Yeah.
the foreseeable future because he likes playing with both teams. So
Indeed.
I think we're gonna be picking up Sushi Rap though, so that will be quite interesting next season.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, for sure. Before we go, I do want to plug D5 finals is tomorrow evening. I do want to say that. If someone knows what time exactly it is,
I can get it real quick. D5
Just-
finals is at 5 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you, yeah, Caden. So definitely tune in for that. We're gonna hopefully bring a cast for you guys and that, but you definitely don't want to miss that one. Should be a good matchup. Oh, also, yeah, World Cup. We forgot to do this last time, but we are not going to forget again. Yeah, World Cup is coming up this year. I know they tried to do it last year, and that kind of fell through. I know you guys are looking forward to that, but we are bringing it back this season once again. So hopefully you guys are really looking forward to that, because we're gonna hopefully be bringing a ton of cast from there as well. And they just got the new server up and running again, so pretty soon it should be happening. So please be on the lookout for MK World Cup of 2026.
Lots of moves made in the competitive scene. It's really nice to see.
For sure. Yeah. So a lot more content coming for the viewers out there, and a lot more competitive MKWii. So yeah, we just wanted to
And
make sure we got that stuff mentioned.
I also want to mention, I think GSC is doing a side tournament. Surely there'll be some casts for that as well.
I think,
Yes,
yeah, we'll
there's a
definitely hope
side
to.
tournament coming up, but I don't think it's decided when it's the date show. So,
True, but stay tuned for that 100%. Well, thank you guys for casting. Great cast.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been
you
a
guys
fun
for
match.
season.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
And thanks to the viewers for watching. And have
Yes.
a good night.
yeah. Thank you all for
See ya.
tuning in.